Well,
Hello.
Good morning, you gardeners. Welcome to the Sunday morning show of YGTV. I'm Bex, as you may already know. This is the lovely Adam
Hi,
in
Bex.
his flowery shirts.
How you doing? Oh, good to see you.
You can tell the weather is getting warmer because Adam trots out his fancy floral shirts, which is always a joy, isn't it? So it's always a joy to be here with you as well. Thank you so much for your company. Good morning to you all. Gorgeous day. Let's get straight on with it, shall we? Because I'm sure it's all the regulars watching right now. There is a code on screen for anybody that doesn't know. That's going to unlock all your deals, your savings, your double ups, your buy one, get one free. But it also gives you free postage on everything that we bring you in the potting shed. Compost, pots. Oh, I forgot to bring the pots in. We'll sort it out. We've got all the plants that you can need. Summer bedding. We've got perennials. We've got an amazing deal coming up on that peach tree that was really popular on the show on Thursday. But do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go straight into it because we've got half an hour before the craft store people join us, our lovely friends over there. So we're going to show you some of the things you didn't see in the show on Thursday. Should we go straight over? Let's do it. Let's go to the Magnolia collection first, shall we? Just a quick good morning to everybody that is watching. So Verna, Neil, Elaine, Bill, you're all on YouTube, so thank you so much for your company. Stu and Matt. Matt's new. Say hi to Matt, everybody. He's joining us as well, and they will be looking after the Facebook chat, so do say hello to us. We love it when you join in. There's also the email address on the bottom of the screen. Elaine, welcome back, my darling. I hope you're okay. And Ali G, we've got your photos. We'll show those in a little while. So do send us your emails, pictures of your gardens, all of that stuff. You know how nosy we are. Let's get on with it, shall we? We've got the wonderful Magnolia collection here. 3 beautiful varieties. There's the Solangiana, there's the
Susan.
Stellata,
Yeah.
and Susan. Thank you. That was the other one I'd forgotten. Aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, they are, Bex. And you know what? We're not that far away from Magnolia time now, are we? So, and you know, Magnolias are just magnificent, aren't they? I mean, they are one of the most splendid, opulent, colourful, showy spring shrubs or small trees that you can possibly have. And they come back year after year after year. They're really, really hardy. They're tough. They're strong.
They're just starting to open up now as well, aren't
they? They are, yeah.
I was doing a bit of driving yesterday, and as I was driving along, that's the thing I was noticing was the wonderful buds that are appearing on all the magnolias.
And the buds are beautiful on some of them as well because they've got those kind of silvery, furry kind of buds, haven't they? They look really fantastic. And they are flowering earlier than kind of they ever used to, really. But what isn't? It's just the way it's going. But say 3 fantastic varieties in here: the Susan and the Solangiana. They're going to be sort of more of your taller, statuesque type of magnolias, if you like, the ones that perhaps you want as a centrepiece in the back or the front garden. But of course you can prune them. They prune very, very well. After they've finished flowering, if you want to prune them down, you can, and the new growth will flower the following year. And also there's a Stellata in here. Now,
I love Stellata.
I do.
This one's the more compact one, isn't it? I've got this in my front garden. It's probably not in a sunny enough spot, to be honest, but the flowers that appear on here are beautiful, aren't they?
They are. You can see these sort of spider-like kind of flowers, which are absolutely stunning. And the previous 2 have got more of a goblet, sort of almost like a tulip-shaped kind of flower head on, whereas this, the name's there, really, Stellata, more of a star-shaped kind of bloom on these. They do have a soft fragrance as well, which is really, really nice. The actual shrub is smothered in these flowers before you see the foliage, which is really, really magnificent. And these, I mean, on a spring day when you've got the blue sky behind and you've got these blossoming and the pollinating insects come along, these really, really are a sight to behold. And with the Stellata, normally Stellatas get to about a couple of metres tall. That's generally the kind of height I've seen those. And they have more of a kind of a sideways sort of spreading habit, don't they? They get up so high and then they sort of branch out sideways. So 3 fantastic magnolias there for different parts of the garden to give you just the most stunning displays late winter, spring, year after year after year. Yeah,
lovely plants, winter hardy as well, so no faffing around with any extra winter protection. We've got a saving there for you of £12, so that is accessed by entering that code when you place your order on YouGarden.com or via the phone lines, because that is open today up until 4 o'clock. So make sure you tell the operator you've got that code, or make sure you enter it when you're placing your order. You'll get the £12 saving on those 3 fantastic magnolia plants, but you'll also get free postage. You don't have to wait, you don't have to build your basket, you don't have to get to a certain amount in your basket to get free postage. Every single item you can get free postage on. So if you see something you like, place your order and then you can place another one later on. There's no downside to doing that. So YouGarden.com is where you go to place that order. 510013 is the item number that you will need. If you want to jot them down, you can do, and do it all in one order if you want to. It's entirely up to you. We're going to move on to the Meganopsis, the Himalayan blue poppy. We want to know who is in the Mecanopsis Club. I am.
Yay.
Adam is.
Definitely.
I know, Neil, you're going to give it a go. Who else is giving this a go? Let us know in the chat who else is going to be growing. Who sent us the pictures? Was it Dingo or was it Grimmy? Grimmy's pictures, sorry, Grimmy. Grimmy has been growing this one as well and has had fantastic results. And you've got some top tips on making sure that we get this beautiful flower.
Yeah, well, I'm on to my sort of second escapade into growing these because I grew them 2 or 3 years ago and I got them to flower for the first time. And even though I've been gardening professionally for 40 years and gardening since I was 5 years of age, there's some plants that you see and you always kind of want to be able to grow them. It's like almost like a holy grail of
holy grail of poppy growing.
It's a bit like when you grew the tuberose, you know,
yes.
you got those to flower. There's certain things, and I wanted to get these to flower, and for me, there were 3 kind of major things that I found with this to get it to flower. The first thing was I grew it in ericaceous compost because they love acid soil. The second thing was I never, ever once let the compost dry out. I didn't keep it soaked, but I always kept it damp, always kept it moist, and I always made sure that these poppies pretty much most of the day were kept out of the sun. A little bit of morning sun, a little bit of sun right at the end of the day, but definitely avoid the really hot midday sun. I got them to flower the first year. I've got a pot of these outside my patio doors that are showing leaves this year. And I know I'll get them to flower again this year. And I tell you what, blue flowers are rare enough in the garden anyway, but the blue on these, it's something to behold, honestly.
I don't know another flower that's got that colour blue.
Oh,
I mean, I don't, honestly. There's a couple of blue, rare, as you say. Obviously, we've got the...
Ceanothus, for example.
Thank you, that's the one I was thinking of. The Ceanothus,
yeah.
which is a beautiful, but it's more of a lilac-y blue. This one is incredible. It's like an ice blue. And the contrast with that orange centre is just a beautiful...
Yeah, that's it. I mean, when you look into the centre of the flower, you see those stamens and then this sort of papery kind of petals around the edge. And they're really fantastic because when they first unfurl from within the kind of the sepals on the outside, the petals are really creased up. They look like they need ironing. But then, you know, as they gradually sort of fill up and they come out, they become absolutely beautiful and smooth. And you'll get weeks and weeks of flowering on these as well. I mean, mine started off with a flower on the top. I had lots of little side shoots. Yeah, and I was cock-a-hoop. I was over the moon to get that to flower. I really was.
Well, you could be cock-a-hoop as well. So Neil is in the club. Simon is in the club as well. I'm in the club too. Everyone's saying hello to Matt as well, so well done.
I didn't go to wave to him. He's only there. Hi,
come and join the Mecanopsis Blue Poppy Club. The item number you need is 480678. You will get free postage on there by using that offer code. This week's code is YGTV1225. Yes, absolutely, Neil. Well done to Sean for winning another Golden Trowel Award on QVC. I saw that little post this morning. I just didn't get a chance to congratulate him myself, so I will be doing that. We'll pass on his congratulations from you. Yeah, he won. I don't know what the category was, but it's wonderful that he's won again. All right, shall we move on to the next item? Which way are we going, Stu? We're going to go Garden Glamour. Yeah, Garden Glamour all the way. Let's do it. Rose Garden Glamour collection. 5 bare root roses, and not any boring old roses. No boring roses here. We have got named varieties and award-winning ones.
We have, yeah. We've got names like Arthur Bell, for example. We've got Pascali, which is a stunning, beautiful white rose. We've got Peace. You know, if there's any rose in the world you've heard of, it would be Peace, wouldn't it? I think if you asked 100 people to name a rose, probably the vast majority of people would say Peace. Then we've got 2 types of Queen Elizabeth. We've got a scarlet and a pink Queen Elizabeth in that mix as well. All of these repeat flowering roses. They're compact roses, easy to look after, easy to grow. You can grow them in the ground, you can grow them in large containers, you can use them for cut flowers if you want to as well, and they come in as bare root plants for you as well, which are not always the most appealing. And again, I forgot to bring in the example. We're doing well today.
It's a bare root rose. We know that it's bare of its pot, it's bare of its compost, and all you've got to do is give it a soak, right?
Give them a good soak overnight for 24 hours, and then when you plant them, the little knuckly bit where the stems come out from, just make sure finally, ultimately, that's between half an inch below the soil level. Yeah.
Now, this is also going to come to you with some planters as well. You're actually going to get 5 of these. They're a really lovely size. We recommend probably not for the roses. They're going to outgrow those very, very quickly. But it's just an added sort of bonus item, or 5 added bonus items included in that deal for you. And you can use these for so many different things. You know, all of your summer bedding. You could probably even start your poppies off in there. You could start any of your shrubs and things off in there.
You know what, the poppies, Bex, they look stunning there, because
Wouldn't
that
they?
really gorgeous blue and that lovely green foliage against those pots would look
Amazing.
fantastic. And that was about the exact size I grew my first Meconopsis
That's
in.
what I was thinking
So
when I said
yeah, that'll be spot on,
Yeah.
spot on size there.
So you've got 5 additional planters in there, just some added value, and just have a look at the price on here, please, because this is our deal of the week, and that deal of the week comes to you with a half price saving. You're saving £31.47 here, and of course club members, you get the 15% discount off that saving as well, so that comes down to £26.75. I mean, that's just over £5 a rose if you forget about the cost of the pots in there as well. That is amazing value for 5 fantastic varieties. 200413 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Garden Glamour Rose collection. We are getting to the end of bare root season, so I imagine, I don't know for definite, I haven't seen next week's show schedule yet, but I imagine there's probably not going to be many bare roots left. Still time to get them in the ground, don't worry about that. But yeah, it's time to get your bare roots if you want them.
And of course, the thing is, once those bare roots go into pots and they're potted on, then you could be looking at £24.99, £29.99 per rose once they're growing on. So again, that's another fantastic reason to go bare root. All that money you can save now rather than buying them pot grown later.
I think it's a great gift as well. And maybe if you only want 2 varieties there, you've got 3 amazing. Pot them up in any pots and then give them as gifts.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful gift to give, isn't it?
Yes, and a gift for life, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They last decades, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
Right, let's go over this way, shall we? We've got to bring you on to the Clematis collection next. This is called the Summer Long Clematis collection. 3 varieties in here. 1 flowers early, 1 flowers late summer, and 1 sort of crosses between the 2. So you will get a consistent colour going on, a constant colour going on all the way through the summer, won't you?
We just look. Now I can remember the president.
I remembered the president.
And I can remember Comtesse de Bouchard.
Right, hang on.
And there's the other one always escapes me because
Madame Julia Correvon.
Yes. That is a more unusual one, but they're all easy to grow and they're all fantastic colours. In fact, you've got these 3 amazing colour selections on here. And the good thing about these is, as Beck said, you've got a collection that's going to give you Clematis or Clematis colour all the way through the summer.
I always say Clematis.
Yeah,
No,
kind
people
of.
say Clematis. We don't care.
We don't care. We're not
We're
bothered,
not
do we?
fussy. We're not pedants.
The only just a few sort of things you need to think about when you're planting Clematis. First of all, they like really cool, moist root system. That's what they enjoy. So nice, cool roots, moist. They're heavy feeders as well, so feed them really well. It can be a granular feed or it could be a liquid feed, like our Blooming Fast, for example. And also, when you get them home, plant them a little bit more deeply than they are in the pots at the moment. Again, that will just keep them healthy and prevent sort of other problems sort of occurring as well. And also, good thing about Clematis, you can grow them on their own, or they're fantastic climbers for growing in between other things. So, say for example, you've got a rose arch, and you've got a rose on there, but it's not repeat flowering. It might be a rambler, so you just get one lot of flowers, and then it doesn't repeat flowering. Grow a Clematis through it, because when the rose flowers are finished, then you can have the Clematis bloom as well. And something else you can do with Clematis that we don't do anymore, and we should, you can actually grow them on the ground.
Do you know? Absolutely. They can just become ground cover,
can't
they?
That's what the Victorians did.
Yes.
The Victorians used to grow them as ground cover.
Yes.
And so if you've got enough space, do that, honestly. And they'll just sprawl on the ground. The flowers just stand upright off the ground. And it'll be, you know, people think you're crazy and bonkers, but you're not.
Let's start that trend again.
Yeah.
Why not?
I think that's just really innovative and different. To be honest,
like it.
Try and grow them like that. But say either way, grow them flat on the ground. You can grow them up trellis or supports on their own, or a tower pot, for example. Or you can grow them between other climbers, so you can get that double flowering, be it a rose, a wisteria, a honeysuckle, a jasmine, whatever really. Because the good thing about these Clematis is they'll grow in between and around other plants, but they won't strangle the life out of them. You know,
and there's other climbers that would do that.
Yeah,
isn't
ivy,
there?
for example, or wisteria would really throttle other plants, but these won't. They'll grow together in a nice symbiosis.
That's a good word. 550377 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Clematis collection. £15.27 if you are in the club. Now, you might want to go for the tower pot to go with those. Now, I would only plant one of those Clematis into the tower pot. I wouldn't put both because they're all 3 of them are quite, you know, vigorous and large climbers. So unlike, for example, the Boulevard Clematis, which is bred to be much more compact, much smaller, you could probably put 2 or even 3 of those into a tower pot.
You could,
Those would be 1 per tower pot, basically. So 1 of them in there. We do have. Do we still have the double deal, Stu, on this one? Oh, sorry. How many do you want to buy? Do you want to buy one of them for £21.24 discount club price? But no, go for two of these, because actually there's a really good deal on here for the twin pack where it's going to be £29.73. You'll get two of them. So you can have two for two of the Clematis and then one Clematis to climb up and scramble over, you know, trellises or archways, or even Adam's suggestion here of having a ground cover one. Who's going to be the first one in the group to do that? Quite like that idea.
It'd be good as well, because where I live in Swaffham, there's through Swaffham, there's an old railway that runs through Swaffham. It's redundant now.
Yeah.
But a lot of people's gardens have got these big banks at the end of their garden where the railway used to be.
Oh, and it could just...
Yeah, if you got somewhere like that, you could just plant the Clematis and they could just literally tumble down on the ground. It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
I love that
It'd be
idea.
unusual,
I love
different.
it. All right, 130477 is the item number for the tower pot. Comes to you unbuilt, so that, and then that, 4 different sections. They just click into place. They look brilliant. They're easy. You get 360-degree display. They're lightweight. I've got 5 of them. Not boasting. I just love them so much. Okay, that's how good they are. Right, let's move on, shall we?
We're getting peachy.
Are we getting peachy?
Getting peachy now,
Let's get peachy. Right, this was one of the most popular items on the show on Thursday. I can absolutely see why, because first of all, check out the price, £16.99 for club members. But also, please, look at the size of this. Look at the, I mean, I'm not going to unwrap it, but you can tell how rooty that is. And then look at all of the bud points going along every single branch coming off this.
That is insane. I mean,
that is a really good quality bare root tree, isn't it?
And the vast majority of them, Bex, as well, will be flowers as well.
Yes.
So, you know, the first thing to talk about, and this is a multifaceted peach as well, because the first thing to talk about is the beautiful, beautiful pink blossom.
Do you know what we should? Because this is a really pretty blossom, isn't it?
It is stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautiful spring flowering plants you could ever imagine.
Look at
you can see the flowers there. Absolutely gorgeous. They've got a soft fragrance to them as well. The pollinating insects will go berserk for these. They'll absolutely love it. But, you know, this is a peach that really literally just keeps on giving, because once the flowers are finished, you have this most amazing foliage, this really kind of deep purple.
It's long as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the contrast, as you saw in that picture, between the foliage and when those peaches are actually growing, I just like that.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. So even when it's finished flowering, and boy oh boy, you're going to love this when it is flowering. It's going to be magnificent.
I might get one of these.
But even when it's finished flowering, the leaves are going to look magnificent. And then, if that wasn't enough, yes, you can in the UK grow your own peaches. I would suggest, if you can, grow this in a pot, grow this in a container, so you can put it in the sunniest, mildest, most sheltered part of the garden, and you will have your own peaches, and they are sumptuous, they are delicious. I think it's even self-fertile.
Self-fertile, I'm pretty sure this one. Isn't this the one where we say, although winter hardy, best to protect the blossom from rain? Yeah,
because in the spring, if you can, until the fruits actually kind of set, if you can keep it somewhere out of the rain, also that also avoids peach leaf curl, which can be a problem on peaches. So keep it out of the rain at the beginning of the season if you can, and then put it somewhere hot and sunny, and you will have your own peaches.
Yeah, well, we call it Patio for a reason, because it has been grafted, so it's not going to get too big, but it also means that you can grow these in pots, which makes it really easy to then move it. I would go for this in a heavy-duty pot. It could probably live its life in that heavy-duty pot.
Oh, easily, yeah. Or or if you want to, you could go for a more ornamental pot, but definitely. You could use our compost as well to put it in, but what I'd suggest, if you do use our compost, I would go 50% topsoil, 50% our compost. Do a mix. But this is long-lived. This will come with a lifetime guarantee as well. So, if it's your first foray into growing fruit, you haven't got any worries.
Absolutely. Do grab hold of that deal while we've still got it. As I said, we are reaching the end of that bare root season, so I can't imagine that's going to be with us again from next week. Let's bring you on to the pheasant berry, shall we? This wonderful golden lanterns is what we call this. And the flowers on here are really pretty. So you were saying on Thursday how unusual they are. Like, how would you describe them? Because you just... They're so weird and wonderful.
Well, I mean, I've seen so many of these growing in gardens over the years. I was working a garden on, I think it was Thursday, and it was after the show on Thursday. I was working the garden in Swaffham, and a lovely lady there, Anne, a customer of mine, she's got one of these just outside her front door, and it is absolutely magnificent. But I've seen these over the years growing full sun. I've seen them growing in shade. I've seen them growing on sandy soils. I've seen them growing on clay soils. They're bone hardy. They're drought tolerant. They'll get for any winter. They'll get for any summer. They're one of these shrubs that's really, really not fussy where they grow. They get to about a couple of metres tall. This one has lovely sort of goldeny coloured foliage as well.
Yeah.
And then throughout the summer, heading towards the autumn, you have these most magnificent, weird, unusual, fascinating flowers. In fact, I'm glad you've got a picture, because if I had to describe this...
It'd be really difficult,
I'm not quite sure where I'd start.
No.
I did say the other day, perhaps patch butcher earrings. But,
I'm not sure I like that description.
Well, she does have kind of those very kind
They're
of
very big,
pendulous, kind of dangly,
let's go with that.
kind of earrings. But yeah, I mean, look at this. You've got those.
Is Pat Butcher still alive? I don't mean the actress. I mean the actual character.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think she's in it anymore.
I don't watch anymore.
No, I don't. I haven't watched it since the Olympics.
Let us know. I'm sure somebody's in the chat that knows.
I find it too depressing. But I prefer to be in the garden. But yeah, I mean, you've got those flowers there. You've got those purple bracts and those little white bells that pop out. And then you get these deep, deep black berries, which look like a pheasant eye, which is another common name for this. It gets to about a couple of metres tall. You can prune it down. But yeah, if you want something magnificent, something unusual, something different, but so easy to grow, basically you plant it, you leave it, you enjoy it, go for this. This wisteria is stunning.
It really is. Loads of branches on there, loads of foliage starting to appear. I'm really enjoying, actually, look, can you see there's lovely foliage just starting to come up on those leaves there as well. So yeah, do get hold of that one. £5 saving in the 3 litre pot. Really beautifully established plant, and just £16.99 in the club. Good morning to you all. Thank you for being here with us bright and early on a Sunday morning. We love being here, and we're very much excited about you loving being here as well. Simon has commented, I love the idea of growing Clematis as ground cover. I'm going to try that. Well done, Simon. I think that's a great idea.
And just get yourself, what you can do is what they used to do is, well, grow them as ground cover, but these sometimes get little metal hoops. So when it gets so far, just pin it down gently. Don't squash the stem, but just pin it down a little bit of a little metal hoop, and that will just, you know, keep it sort of down on the ground. Yeah.
I love it. Love this idea. George is saying, morning everyone, just waiting on compost order, can't wait to get started. What are you getting started on, George? What is it that you're going to be planting? Everyone else is saying, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning to everybody. Shall we have a little look at the pictures that got sent to us? Elena sent us a few pictures of daffodils, which is wonderful. I was out in the garden this morning, in actual fact, looking at all the beautiful daffodils. I've got tulip buds starting to open as well. I can see all the colour coming from the tulips.
Do you ever drive along sometimes? Like driving in this morning, you know, I adore daffodils, but sometimes you just see a patch of daffodils growing in the most obscure...
random places.
Like at the side of a ditch somewhere, and you think, who put those in? How did they get there? But they're magnificent to see this time of year, aren't they, the daffodils? And
gorgeous.
Really lift your heart.
Elaine's got our pansies growing under there as well, so that's fantastic. Alison has sent us some lovely pictures. She said photos taken of things looking good in our garden, and the rhododendrons that arrived yesterday with lovely big buds on. Yes, this was the triple pack, wasn't it, of the rhodies that we did. I know you're a big fan of rhododendrons,
I love them.
Aren't you?
Absolutely love rhodies.
Big fat buds, look at those.
I mean, come May, they are just going to be fantastic.
Aren't
Absolutely
they beautiful?
beautiful.
Lovely evergreen colour there as well. Yeah, I love this picture as well. So loads and loads of pots here. I recognise most of these plants. I definitely recognise most of the pots in there as well. She's got lovely, the little daffodils coming up. She's got tulips in there. There's the lovely euphorbia. That is the euphorbia, isn't it?
Yes, euphorbia, I think.
Oh, no, that's the star style.
Oh, so it is.
I reckon that's the star style, isn't it? Stu said it looked like a Saka Coca. No, I reckon that's the star style. There's a buddleia in the background there as well. Loads of things happening in your garden there, Alison. Thank you so much. Final picture from Alison. I reckon that's the Caribbean lily, isn't it?
Ah, yes. That's what I noticed yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you get a little bit of a panic on, don't you? Because you think, it's going to be blind. It's just going to be leaves.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden...
And then all of a sudden a little thing comes in the centre.
Comes in the centre. So
we're all in the Caribbean Lily Club now.
No, it's good to join that, because neither of us were in it last year, were we? So
no, I'm in it this year.
So
I've been taking those pictures, because I'm going to do that constant transition to them opening up. Anyway, Neil, good morning to you, my darling. A few days on from Thursday photo of the tulips. They've now opened and look lovely. He said, huge thanks. Oh, yes, customer service. I know they fixed your problem with the osteospermums, didn't they? So he says, great service all round, can't fault it. Thank you so much, Neil. Really appreciate those comments. So what was this? Sorry, these are... What have you planted up here? What are they?
Are they... Oh, they look like osteospermums to me.
Are they the osteospermums?
Yeah.
Oh, so those are your new plugs
Yeah.
that got sent. OK, fabulous. So you planted those up. They'll be going out in the garden later on. Oh, and those are the tulips. I loved this picture on the window box.
Oh, they are stunning.
Doesn't that look so pretty?
Oh, look, I love that colour. That is really, really
beautiful. Do you know
beautiful.
that blue windowsill ledge against the terracotta look pot, and then those lovely pink coloured that's a really gorgeous picture.
It kind of, I'm not saying this in a bad way, it almost looks Photoshopped, the way that the pots on top of that blue window. It's like the trough's floating, but that's going to be joyous for, I mean, and tulips last so long as well. They're about a month from now, they'll still be looking good, I reckon.
Yeah, this is why I've got so many of them opening up. Joanne, Neil and Joe, thank you so much for your email. So spring has definitely arrived in our garden. The peach tree we bought last year is covered in blossom, so fingers crossed for fruit this year. I'm really hoping there's a picture of that. Yes, there is. Oh, wow. That does look like the crimson, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Wow.
As Stu's just saying, that's the crimson one. So, yeah, doesn't that look beautiful?
Right, you've convinced me. If that's that plant, I'm buying it. That is going in my garden. My husband's going to go nuts. Stop bringing plants home. No, I won't. I will not stop bringing them home.
Plants are good.
This is a beautiful sight as well, isn't it?
A lovely camellia there. Looking absolutely beautiful. Oh, we said that in tandem then.
Daffodils.
It's such a good time of year, this, Bex, isn't it? I mean,
it is. It's so exciting. Kojo. Oh, this is Kojo, isn't it?
Oh, I've got that one.
Is that Kojo? No. It's a different blossom, isn't it? It's not a Kojo. Is that the weeping one that we've got?
And I've got
What's it called?
I don't know. I forgot.
No, it's not Kikuchidori. There is a weeping one. No, it's a weeping one.
Yes.
I'll remember the name. Nope, that's not it, Stu. It's not Zakura.
Oh, there's
either.
Chills weeping is a good one. Prunus.
It's beautiful, though.
Cheals, Chills weeping. Kanzan's more...
Kanzan's the big one.
Yeah, it's the big one.
Right, there isn't. There's another one. We're arguing with Stu right now. Sorry, I'm going to find the name and I'm going to tell you what it's called. Snow showers. It's called snow showers. Well, it is, though. It's called snow showers. Look it up, Stu.
If my hubby's watching, can you send a picking of ours, John? So we can show ours as well.
Check this one out. I forgot the name of
Fritillaria.
it. Fritillaria. Thank you. Crown Imperial, isn't it? Oh, that does look just like the pictures as well.
Yeah, they are magnificent.
Aren't they? And they've got a really beautiful scent, haven't they?
They have, yeah. And the flowers, I mean, they've not even opened out properly yet, but those flowers are magnificent when they open out. They could be red, they can be orange, they can be yellow. And we've got a massive one of these coming up in our front garden. Really looking forward to seeing it. Oh, that is a stunning picture.
Fabulous, Neil and Joe. Looking amazing. Oh, and we've just got a quick one of the Kojo no Mai and a few others planted there as well. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you so much for sending all your pictures. Do keep sending them. We definitely want to see all of your gorgeous pictures, please. We're going to bring in just a couple of items. Stu's been telling me off because I forgot to bring these into the potting shed as well. Yeah. I know. I will be better. Right, we've got the gorgeous Camellias, which we didn't bring into the potting shed on Thursday, and they're part of the brand new Mediterranean range that we brought in. You've got the red on this side, or you've got the gorgeous pink on this side as well. So Camellia Red 510662. These are £21.24, £10 saving with that offer code YG1225. Why do we want Camellias in our garden?
Because they are stunning and they are delicious and they are beautiful and they are just incredible.
We're not eating them,
well, in a strange way, there is a bit of a link.
I know, they come from the tea family.
Yeah, Camellia sinensis is what we make tea from.
Yeah.
So these are, kind of related to the tea plants. Great thing about these is they're evergreen, so they look fantastic all the year through. And not just evergreen, but really shiny, lovely shiny foliage as well. Then they flower. Well, they start flowering in the winter time. They go from late winter kind of into mid-spring. They're great for shade as well. I've got a camellia on a north-facing border in my garden, a white one. Almost never gets any sun. Loves it. Really does well.
My mum's got a massive one of these, and it is actually in a slightly shady border. I'm saying, it's a good 6 feet in height. It's probably 2-3 feet wide, and it is just, from about sort of mid-February, it is covered in these beautiful blooms. So when there's not a lot else going on in the garden and we're still waiting for all the spring bulbs to come up, your camellia is doing the job of filling your garden with colour.
It is, and when we say blooms, I mean these are not just blooms. I mean look at these. I mean these are flipping magnificent, aren't they? I mean these are huge, just almost the width of a teacup on the top there.
Well, you can choose. You can go for the Camellia Red 510662, or you could go for the Camellia Pink 510659. They're both the same price, £21.24. Both got that £10 saving. They're winter hardy, they're evergreen, they are gorgeous. And if you're looking for 365 days of colour in your garden, which we often talk about here in the potting shed, Camellia definitely fill a gap, don't they?
They do, yeah. And you can grow them in a container if you haven't got acid soil and ericaceous compost, or if you have got all those sort of things growing in your garden, just put them straight out with everything else. But yeah, and they're very, very, very long-lived as well. And as Beck said, tough as old boots.
Tough as old boots, absolutely. So, 510-6594 Camellia Pink, YGTV1225 is the code you need to use to get the savings. Do get your emails in, ygtv@yougarden.com. We'll show some more pictures in a little while. Do join us in the chat on Facebook and on YouTube as well. We love to hear from you. We love to know what's going on in your gardens and what jobs you're planning on doing later on. So we're going to join the craft store in a second. So stick with us. We'll be back very, very soon. Well, good morning, everybody, and good morning to everybody that is also watching us now on the Craft Store. It's lovely to have your company on this Sunday morning. I am Bex, this is Adam.
Good morning.
We are here to talk to you all about your gardens and all about what we brought for you in the potting shed. Now, everything that you can see in the potting shed, everything we bring you within these live shows, they have free postage attached to them. So, no building baskets, no getting to a certain amount. You can place an order for one item, doesn't matter the size of it, and as long as you use the code that you can see on the screen there, YGTV1225, you will get free postage on that order. We'll show you all the details. You can go to the website to place your order. You can also use the number on the bottom of the screen there to place your order via phone line as well if you want to. You will see two prices on screen. There's one in red and there's one in yellow. We want the one in yellow, don't we? Absolutely, it's the lower price. Well, we have a discount club that's available to everybody, and you can start saving on your first order where you'll get 15% off everything we bring you in here. Plants, pots, compost. You'll get £20 worth of vouchers to spend. You'll get a couple of free postage vouchers as well. Those will get sent out to you in the post, but the important thing is you can start saving today on your first order with that 15% off. Costs you just £10 to join, and that's your membership for 12 months. You can cancel at any point, by the way. You instantly earn that money back, I promise you. We'll go through this in more details, but please just bear in mind that that club discount can give you amazing savings. And everything that you see in the potting shed has free postage. We want you to join the chat as well, please. If you're on Facebook, do join in, say hello. We'd love to speak to you. If you're watching us on YouTube, obviously, go and join the chat there as well. And if you'd love to send us any emails, any pictures, we love seeing in your garden. So the email address is on the bottom of the screen, ygtv@yougarden.com. That's why I'm carrying the iPad around with me. Now, were you thinking about going to the garden centre today? Were you going to go and buy compost? That's an annoying job, isn't it? Those bags are heavy. They split.
Yeah, some of them are silly heavy.
Silly heavy.
Come on. Yeah.
Let's talk to you about our compost, please, because this is the best compost ever. Honestly, it really, really is. I have become a compost snob, and I'm going to turn each and every person in the UK into a compost snob as well. I make no apologies for it. I think it's a fantastic thing to be if you want your plants to grow and to thrive. This is the compost that you need to be using. This will be delivered to your door free of charge of any postage. It'll be 100 litres, two 50-litre bags. It comes boxed as well, and it'll be delivered free of charge as long as you use that offer code on the screen, YGTV1225. Let's jump into it. I mean, I would literally jump into this compost as well.
Could.
Genuinely, I would.
Yeah.
I'd happily make a pillow out of this.
It's cool, it's soft, it's airy.
It smells good.
And it's the lack of smell, actually, that I love about it, because it doesn't smell musty or mouldy or, you know, kind of that. You know, sometimes you open some bags of compost. I bought some compost. I run out of this. I bought some compost from a builder's merchant, and it literally smelled like poo.
Yeah, it's horrible,
it stunk. It was for 2 or 3 days. My garden stunk. This stuff
fresh.
is amazing. You know, at the moment, Bex, there's barely a day going by I'm not using some of this compost in one way or another.
Yeah, definitely.
Yesterday, for example, myself and my other half, we potted up a pencil cypress in a lovely great big pot that we put outside the front door. We use this compost. I've been sowing seeds recently. I've been repotting my house plants. In my extra bit of garden we've bought, we've been planting fruit trees, we've been planting cherry trees, and we've been incorporating this compost in with the roots of the plants when we've been planting.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do. It helps your plants to get really nicely, because it's packed with really good ingredients, isn't it?
Well, let's quickly run through. The first thing to say is this is a hugely peat-reduced compost as well, and where we've taken the peat away, we've put that composted wood fibre in, and that does lots of things, but 3 things I like to point out. It lets the air get down to the roots. That's really, really important. It allows the water to percolate through, which is important, but also just imagine you're a little tiny cutting or a little seed or a little plug plant. You can so easily get your roots established in this and start to grow away really, really quickly. And then once you do start growing away, you've got that slow release fertiliser in this. It's going to feed you for up to 6 months. It's got a wetting agent, so that means this compost always wants to become wet. You know, some of those other composts, when they dry out, you go to water them, the water all cascades off all down the front of you. This wants to soak up that water. Also, it's pH balanced. It's not too acid, it's not too alkaline, so it suits the vast majority of plants. And there's an ericaceous version as well if you want one for rhododendron, azaleas and so on. And the value, as Stu, our product, always says, is in the bag, not on the bag, because it's coming from our supplier to you. And honestly, it's the only compost I use, apart from when I do stupid things like run out and then buy really naff compost. But I use this all the time, and I'm going to be getting through bags of this in the coming weeks because all my seeds have turned up that I want to grow on in my garden for this year.
Yep.
And this is what I'm going to use.
Absolutely. 100125 is the item number. It is the compost of choice. Check out the reviews if you're wondering what on earth are they talking about. It's constantly 5-star rated. People come back for it time and time again and never want to run out. Once you use it, you'll realise how good it actually is. 100125, as I say, is the item number, and you'll make a massive saving on there. Plus, you'll get your 15% discount if you are a club member as well. Right, let's move on, shall we? Because this is, and this one got promoted onto our favourites table. This is what we call our favourites table. It was promoted onto here because it was so very popular on Thursday. It's called the Coleus canina, nicknamed the Scaredy-cat plant. And this is great if you don't want cats in your garden.
It is. It's catastrophic for cats, this one. They go catatonic if they smell it. No, they don't.
They just don't like the smell of it, do they?
I actually quite like the smell myself. Yeah, that cat's not looking happy, is it?
Not a happy cat.
If you could see a miserable-looking cat, that's a miserable-looking cat. But no, this is fantastic because we suffer from cat doo-doo in our front garden, which is really annoying. But we don't want to put down loads of chemicals and pepper and those gel things.
I love cats. I just don't want them doing their business in my garden.
Exactly. So if you want a really 100% natural, organic way of deterring cats from using your garden as a latrine, then use these, plant these. These are hardy, they come back year after year after year. They've got this lovely sort of evergreen, not evergreen, that's a fib. They've got this lovely sort of greenish foliage that sort of just emits this fragrance that you're not really going to smell, to be honest, but the cats, they find it really, really offensive. So they'll stay away. They'll just stay away from that area. They'll go somewhere else. But it won't harm the cats. It won't upset the cats. It's literally, they'll just take a whiff and think, oof, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go and have a number 2 somewhere else. That's what they'll do.
So you're getting 12 of those plug plants included in this particular deal. Each one will probably go to about, what, 30 by 30-ish centimetres, so great for filling in gaps in your borders. Spread those around various parts of your garden and hopefully try and keep those cats out of your garden. They can go into the neighbour's garden and do their business there instead.
They're not evergreen, are they? They die...
No, I think they are.
They are, yeah, you know, I've said it.
It's a member of the mint family, and mint is evergreen.
I couldn't remember they
not
died...
Not invasive at all,
no,
by the way.
No.
I know it's not a thug, so I know there's various members of the mint family that you would not plant in the ground. This one is absolutely fine. It's £12.74 for each, for that pack there, 12 plug plants included. We've seen your questions, by the way. So, Rhiannon, I know you're looking for something bright orange colour. Any recommendations? Well, we're going to bring you to the Begonia, first of all. We've also got the power daisies. And what were those ones that are the 3 pots that you say flower all summer long?
Oh, the potentillas.
The potentilla.
Yeah, 3
Just
potentillas.
if you're looking for a perennial, that might be an option because there's an orange in there as well. But let's start off with the Begonia fiery shades, shall we? This is great if you want a beautiful shades of apricot. You want something for hanging baskets and for pots, something that'll flower for ages.
Yeah, and so easy, and something that's not going to be fussed about what sort of summer we have. So when we have a hot, dry summer, when we have a cool, damp summer, these begonias always thrive. And if you've never, ever planted up a hanging basket before, you're a bit nervous, you're a bit anxious about it, honestly, try these. You will get a result with these.
And it doesn't matter how much you know about gardening, how good you are. I mean, if you plant them and just water them, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether they go in the brightest, sunniest spot or in a slightly shady spot.
Doesn't matter at all.
You'll be fine. You'll still get amazing results.
And yeah, I would suggest obviously using our compost if you're going to put them in hanging baskets, because that will feed them anyway. But yeah, as you say, if you want a guaranteed result with just a minimum amount of input, because all the hard work has been done with these. Like 5 or 6 weeks ago, Bex and I were standing here and we were showing you the tubers, which, you know, those of you that want to kind of go to the effort of growing them from a tuber, you can.
Yeah.
But we've skipped that stage now, and you're getting these plug plants that literally all you've got to do is grow on. I would just pop these on into a 9-centimetre pot, grow them on for another 3 or 4 weeks until kind of the risk of frost has gone, sort of harden them off a little bit. So that basically means just for a week or so or 10 days, put them outside during the day, bring them out at night, and then when the risk of frost has gone, plant these into your hanging baskets, plant them into your pots, your troughs, your tom-tom pots, anywhere they can trail. They'll arrive to you in these fantastic little plastic greenhouses, so they're nice and humid, they're moist, they're protected, they're not going to dry out. And then you're going to get the most amazing displays. They deadhead themselves, so you don't even need to deadhead them. The foliage is fantastic as well, even without the flower. And as Beck said a moment ago, literally all you really need to do with these is water them, and if you can be bothered, feed them. And if you didn't, they'd still do fantastic, and you will get one of the best hanging baskets you've ever had. Yeah,
it's simple, it's glorious, and even on a dull day, it sort of just has this light to it. It's quite amazing what Begonia apricot does. And this one's the fiery shade, so you do get some slightly sort of more orangey tones right around the edges of the petals here. 400104 is the item number. It's £11.04 for 12 plug plants. So less than £1 a plant, basically. And you've got a couple of baskets there, potentially. You might want to double up if you've got big baskets and get 24 of those plug plants, so you can get 12 in each of those hanging baskets. Free postage on absolutely everything that you're looking at here in the potting sheds, but you must use the code, please. YGTV1225 is this week's code. We'll show you the website in a little while, just in case you're brand new to us. Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's give you an example. Here is the website, and if you want to see everything that we've got in the live, click the Live Now button. You can go down here, look to the YouGarden TV button, either way, and actually this is where you can watch the live show, or you can catch up on previous shows as well. If you scroll down here, this is where you'll see all of the items. Now, do remember that when you're looking at this, you might not see the savings prices, because what you need to do is enter the code in. So you might see slightly higher prices here, but just bear with us on it, okay? So what we'll do is we'll add something into the basket. Let's go with the Begonia, add it to the basket, and then we're going to go into view our basket. Now, Stu's already entered the code in, so let's just take it out so we can show you what it would cost. So look, it should be £16.99 and it should have £6.99 postage, so £23.98 for you to get it delivered. Now, if you put your code in here, YGTV1225, and apply that code, postage has gone away and we're saving £4 on there. So you've just saved £10.99 just by putting that one code in. Now, if we go back to that page, because we've put our code in, so if we go back here and we scroll down, this is where you'll actually see the actual prices. So until you've entered that code, you'll see the higher prices here. £31.47 for all of those roses. I love this one, the Complete Hardy Garden Perennial Collection. That you're actually going to get 24 plug plants in there. That's incredible. So this is where you can see everything that we've got. So everything you're looking at here will have that free postage. If you want to get ahead, you want to go and place your orders, or there's something that you particularly want to see, by all means, let us know. We will see if we can rearrange our plan so that you can have a look at them. It's not a problem at all. We are interactive and live right now. If you've got any questions, please do email email us, ygtv@yougarden.com, or if you want to, you can put them in the chat on YouTube or on Facebook. No matter where you're watching, you can actually join in with us here in the potting shed. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how to place your order, but don't forget to join the club as well, because that's where you get that lower price. The two prices you can see on screen, one is if you're a non-club member, and one is if you are a club member. It costs you just £10 to join. That's on auto renewal. That gives you a 12-month membership, and you'll save 15% off everything that you buy from us here at YouGarden. Let's carry on, shall we? We're still on the favourites table. These were the most popular items from the show on Thursday. We're going on to the Marguerites, the Grandaisy collection. This is one of my favourites, actually. Brand new this season. I think these are gorgeous. I was saying on Thursday how I think they work really nicely with your osteospermums because they've got a similar look to them.
They have.
And these are hardy perennials as well.
Yeah, and you know, when they say Grandaisy as well, that's the great thing about these. Yeah, they are grand. And I can kind of remember back in the day, these used to be plain white. Marguerites were just white, yeah, and there wasn't any other colour. Then the pinks came in. Oh my goodness me, this colour range now is absolutely spectacular. The foliage is wonderful on these as well, even before the flowers start to appear. And I love those sort of concentric rings of colour in the middle of the flowers.
Aren't they?
That's what really makes it for me. That's what makes these flowers so stand out. They remind me a little bit of chrysanthemum flowers as well, the little single chrysanths. But you can see there, that's really relishing living on that lovely little sunny corner there. And that's the secret to growing these. Full sun, well-drained soil, and that could be in the garden or pots and containers. And once these start flowering, they will keep flowering for about 5 or 6 months. They'll go right the way through the summer into autumn. And as Bex is showing you there, look how fantastic quality of those plug plants. You've got that really, really fantastic root system.
Really rooty, absolutely gorgeous. Would you do some pinching out on these, Adam?
Do you know what? I think I would, Bex. Yeah, because
actually, there's a bud forming there. That is a bud. That is a flower just between my fingers there. But we'd still pinch it out, right?
I think we need to sacrifice that for the greater good in the long run, because...
So I'd probably go down... Probably down to about here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's harsh. I would pinch that much off. I know that is scary, but by doing that, we're going to cause more branches to happen. So just where my finger and... I'm not going to do it, but where my finger and thumb is, I would pinch out to there. It recovers very quickly, and actually what it'll do is send out 2 branches rather than 1. And the more branches you get, the more flowers you're going to get. It's a really good thing to do with the majority of summer bedding plants, is pinching those out to give you more blooms.
Definitely, and these tend to have quite a natural dome-shaped habit anyway, which is really, really nice. But yeah, if you want something for pots, containers, you want something for full sun, and you want, you know, a spectacular colour range, and you want masses and masses of flowers for pretty much 0 input, and these are very drought tolerant as well. Go for these. You absolutely adore them. So
brand new this season for us, 401580 is the item number. You've got a couple of pounds saving on there, but of course as a club member you'll get your £15% discount, and of course free postage as long as you're using the code YGTV1225. Let's carry on to, I mean, this one was the most popular, and then it went into second place, but definitely Fuchsia Julie Horton. I remember last year as well, this one was a really popular one. The shell pink colour that you get from this, it is just beautiful, and of course it's that classic fuchsia shape that you're getting from it as well.
I mean, this is sumptuous.
Isn't it?
Really, really stunning. Huge, great big blooms, you know, lots and lots of them as well. Fantastic for hanging baskets or anywhere you can allow this to just sort of tumble down and cascade a little bit. And I like the mixture of colours on those flowers as well. You know, the centre is slightly different colour to the sepals on the outside. You've got those gorgeous stamens, you've got that super healthy foliage. And look how magnificent that looks in that hanging basket. They deadhead themselves. Now, when I say they deadhead themselves, basically they will drop the dead flower even though they leave the seed head behind. So you don't have to pick the dead flowers off. But easy to look after. That's the great thing about these, because all you've got to do is just water them and feed them. That's it. There's nothing else to do really with these, and just enjoy them for sort of week after week after week, right the way from midsummer into autumn. And you can even get this through the winter if you want to. If you can sort of find somewhere to keep these sort of frost-free during the winter, a greenhouse or somewhere, for example, they don't need to be super warm. You could actually get these to come back the following year. We're not actually saying this is a hardy fuchsia, but with a bit of TLC, you could do that if you wanted to. But if you want a showstopper, if you want a fuchsia that's really going to stop people in their tracks, that is just the most magnificent colour, that is going to flower for months and need minimum input to give maximum output, go for Julie Horton. She'll be delighted, you'll be delighted.
You will be delighted. Again, pinching out, remember, these have actually already been pinched out. I remember showing this the other day. I can see the pinching and I can see the branches that are appearing from here. But carry on doing that pinching out job, OK? As this gets a bit bigger, keep pinching out. The more you do it, the more flowers you get. You delay it slightly, but only by a few weeks, and then you'll still get all those beautiful flowers. It's £11.04 there for those 6 plug plants. You're saving a couple of pounds, and remember the code gives you that free postage included as well. I was just checking in the emails, loads of people sending emails. Amanda, yes, I've seen your email about Yuletide, so we'll come on to all of that for you and we'll answer those questions. OK, so stick with us. We're just going to carry on showing a few more items. 400997 is the item number for the Fuchsia Julia Horton. We're going to go on to, oh, I love these. This is the trailing Verbena collection. Now, Verbena, it comes in a few different forms. You know, you've got that lovely Verbena foliage, filler, I always call it, that you put into your hanging baskets. This is a little bit different. It can still go into your hanging baskets. It'll still tumble and trail, but you're getting large clusters of flowers here, aren't you?
You are, Bex, on this as well. And you say you've got that lovely ferny foliage, which is a magnificent foil for the flowers. And what I particularly like about this collection is these really punchy, strong colours. You know, like deep reds, the deep purples, the deep whites. Some of the flowers are a bit bicoloured as well. So by that, I mean the purple one, for example, has got the little white eye in the middle of the flower. And you will get hundreds and hundreds of flowers from these. It's got a nice sort of low-growing, hummocky kind of habit to it. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? That's not Photoshop. That is a real picture. Somebody's created that in their own garden. And all you need to do to get these, plant these somewhere bright and sunny. That's what they're like, a lovely sunny position, well-drained soil or well-drained compost. And it's the similar message. I said when we were doing the show on Thursday, I could move from one to the other and just go ditto, ditto, ditto. But this is the thing, you know, we're bringing you all these wonderful summer bedding plants that are easy to grow. There's no kind of prima donnas here. There's nothing here that's super difficult or a real challenge. All these will perform really well. They'll perform well, not depending, but no matter what sort of summer we have, whether it's hot and dry, whether it's cool and damp. But these, in a hanging basket, they won't trail like Sophinias, but they will gently tumble over the side. Just keep deadheading them, feed them, water them, and you'll have a magnificent display for many months. Yes, you will indeed. So 400999. Oh no, that's still the Fuchsia Julia Horton. Let's give you the details of the Verbena trailing collection. He's got to press the button, Matt. Got to press the button. He's going to press it. So, yes, you can have all of this gorgeous colour in your garden as well. 400088 is the item number. You're going to get 12 of those plug plants. Remember, they come to you in those greenhouses, so they're really held nice and securely when they are delivered to you in the post. Obviously, they come boxed as well. Would you... £12.74 for club members and free postage when you use the code YGTV1225. Would you do what, my lovely? Would you do pinching out again on these, Bex? Would you go for that, you think? I definitely would on those. Yeah, in fact, some of them have been pinched. They've been pinched already in there, but I think you could probably do another pinch out, couldn't you, in a few weeks? I always do. Whenever I'm pinching, I do the first bit, wait for it to grow a bit more, and then do a bit more pinching. But I can see that that has been pinched there. So you can see that there's going to be extra branching coming from there. More branches equals more flowers. And that's what we want to do. Look there, it's been pinched. So then it's going to bring you all of that branching and all of those lovely flowers throughout the season. Great little collection, that. Right, we need to give you a reminder of some of the items that you've seen so far, and then we're going to carry on showing you even more. We're here, by the way, with the craft store until 12 o'clock, but we will be live until 12:30. I've got that right, haven't I? Yeah, we'll be live until 12:30 on the other platforms as well. So we've still got lots and lots to show you, but let's remind you of some of the things you've seen already, which is the Garden Glamour Rose Collection. This is our deal of the week. The biggest saving that you will get today on any individual item. It's a half-price deal. It's £31.47. It's £26.75 if you're a club member, though. That's a big saving. You're getting 5 named roses: Queen Elizabeth Scarlet, Queen Elizabeth Pink, Pascali. You've got Arthur Bell included in there as well. You've got 3 that have won Rose of the Year, and you've got 1 that has won the RHS Award of Garden Merit. So this is a fantastic collection. 200413, 5 bare root roses, plus you're getting 5 pots included as well.
well. I wouldn't use the pots for the roses, but you've got 5 really good pots there to use for something else in your garden. Use the code, please, to get your free postage, or YGTV1225, and that will unlock your saving as well. Now, the Meconopsis Himalayan Blue Poppy, this one's exciting. We are joining the Meconopsis Club. I'm growing them for the first time this year. Adam has grown them previously. I know a few of our customers have, but a few are embarking on this journey this time as well. Now, there's a few tips to get them started. Keep them moist, keep them in the shade, and use ericaceous compost. Those are the tips. It's not like other poppies, you plant them and leave them. These just need a little bit of your time, care and attention, but it's totally worth it. Look at those flowers. That colour blue is incredible. The central orange is gorgeous as well. I want you to grow these along with me this year as well, please. Try something a little bit different. 480678 is the item number, and it's £11.04 for 3 jumbo plugs. Free postage when you use the code. Magnolia collection, you've got the 3 9cm pots, so you've got Soulangeana. You've also got the beautiful Susan included in there, and we've got the Stellata as well. Now, Soulangeana, there's the Stellata look. So that one stays a little bit more compact. It can probably get to a couple of metres, but it does stay way more compact, this one. And you've got those really unusual bright white coloured flowers. Susan, I love the colour of this one. And of course, this one's sort of a traditional size and shape of Magnolia you've got here. The flowers come around now each year, just before the foliage starts to appear. It's a real sight at this time of year, and you're getting all 3 of those with that £12 saving. 510013 is the item number, and free postage, of course, using that code. What have we got next? Thumbelina. Oh, the Thumbelina ruffles. 12 plug plants included here. So this is a beautiful collection of petunias with layered, ruffled petals, bi-colours, single colours in there as well. And these are all plug plants. We've done the hard work. We've started them off. All you need to do is pot them on and then pot them out once the frosts have passed. £12.74 in the club, because you're getting a £5 saving, and you will get that free postage by using the code. The Summer-long Clematis collection is up next for you. So we love Clematis. These are, you know, just quintessential summer flowers, aren't they? Anything that you've got to cover up, an archway, a pergola, a trellis, a boring old garage wall, something like that, this will climb and trail over there. One will flower earlier in the summer, one will flower slightly later, and one just crosses over, so you will get beautiful colour all the way through. You've got Madame de Bouchard, you've got the President, and another fancy French name that I've forgotten, but all 3 of those in the collection for them, for you. 550377 is the item number, and it's 1527 for all 3 of those. Scaredy-cat, the Coleus canina. This one is the most popular item today, currently on the show. 12 plug plants included in here. Now, this is the plant that you want to put in your garden if you're, you know, a bit sick of the cats coming into your garden and doing their business in your garden. I know it's frustrating. I mean, I love cats. I don't own cats, and, you know, they don't often come into my garden because I've got dogs, but I know it can be frustrating because they come into your garden and do their business instead of doing it in their own garden. Well, this releases a scent that they just don't like. So, you know, it's a good way of trying to keep them out of your garden, basically. 12 plug plants, grows to about, each one will grow to a nice sort of 30 by 30 centimetres, so you can just dot those around your garden and just try and deter those cats from coming in. 400092 is the item number, and it's £12.74 as your club price, and you get free postage as well. If you're wondering what she's talking about with the club, I'll go through the details. You can join today and save 15% on everything that you order. Next up, we've got that wonderful Verbena trailing collection here. Now, they don't trail as much as they tumble. Let's go for a tumbling collection. You're getting clusters of these brightly coloured, beautiful flowers here. These go into your pots, into your hanging baskets, into your window boxes, and they just give you months and months of colour throughout the summer. Really, really easy, these. Just, you know, grow them on a little bit before you plant them out. They don't want to be out there in the frost, but just get these started off in your 9cm pots and then put them out wherever you want to put them in the garden. 400088 is the item number, and free postage, yay, when you use the code YGTV1225. Fuchsia Julie Horton. Oh, I do love this one. I do love fuchsia flowers. They're so pretty, aren't they? And this one, the shades of coral pink that you've got in there, almost speechless. but my job is to talk, so I must not be speechless. £11.04 is your discount club price. I mean, the contrast between the flower and the foliage is gorgeous, isn't it? And actually, fuchsias don't need the brightest, sunniest spot in your garden. They can cope with a little bit of shade as well. Feed them, though, that's important. They are hungry, so you'll get the best results if you give them some feed. 400997 is the IVES number for the fuchsias, and it's £11.04 as your discount club price. The Argyranthemums, the Marguerite Grandaisy collection, 6 plug plants included in here. You actually have got 6 different varieties in there, so wonderful individual bright yellow colour there, but then you've got others that have got bi-colours. You've got the concentric circles running around, which really make these stand out. You'll see it on the next one. They're beautiful, they're easy, put them in a bright sunny spot. You get that lovely sort of domed shape to them as well. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that lovely concentric circle that Adam was pointing out. £11.04 for those. They're brand new this season, so do grab those in your basket as well. 401580 is the item number. And we've also got the begonias, of course, the apricot fiery shades, a classic, an absolute favourite. Customers go crazy for these every single year. Begonias are always a favourite, and the reason being, well, they're easy. They don't mind the summer weathers. They can have shady spots. They can have bright sunny spots. They don't mind the weather. It can be rainy. It can be hot and dry. They don't care. They just keep going. They are performers. 400104 is the item number. And you're going to get £4 saving there using the discount, using the offer code, and of course you'll get your free postage as well. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order, but the phone lines are also open on 0844 502 0050. Just please tell the operator that you've got an offer code to use, and they will they'll put that in for you. You'll get your saving, you'll get your free postage as well. If you want to see what we've got on the show, go to YouGarden.com, hit the Live Now button, and you'll be able to scroll through everything that we've selected for the live today. And everything on the live has got free postage. You can shop the website, but you do have to pay postage for items on the website. This is why it's really good to be on YGTV and watching us in the potting shed. Right, we brought you over to the next table. Adam's been happily changing everything over for us, and we've got some more items to show you. We're starting off with our summer bulb collection. And yes, you can plant your bulbs right now. We did have a question a little while ago saying, hang on a minute, don't you plant bulbs in autumn? Well, yeah, those are for your spring flowers. These are for your summer flowers. So now's a really good time to plant these.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the spot-on time to plant these, and this is a really fantastic bulb collection as well. This bulb collection has been insanely popular. And it doesn't surprise me, Bex, because there's such a fantastic kind of range and mix of flowers in this. I mean, we're starting off, for example, with things like gladiolus, which are going to give you that late summer colour. Yeah. Great big, tall, statuesque, really beautiful gladioli flowers that make great cut flowers as well. We've got accidanthus here. We've got allium molly, which is one of the earliest ones to flower, probably sort of about May time. We've got the broadier, which are kind of more late spring into early summer. Beautiful shades there. And freesias, fragrant freesias, double freesias and single freesias in the mix. There's the gladiolus again in that lovely range mix of colours there as well. And we've got the liatris. These are great. These are quite unusual because they actually flower from the top down.
I've never grown these, but I do like them. They're really unusual, aren't they?
Yeah, and then we've got the oxalis or oxalis there. Great sort of ground cover. So a real lovely mix of bulbs in here. So, in summary, what we've got a collection of bulbs that are going to flower at different times. We've got bulbs that are different heights. We've got bulbs that are different colours. Some are fragrant, some make cut flowers. Most of these will come back year after year after year, and it's just an absolutely stunning collection, but not just for your beds and borders. You can plant these in pots and containers as well if you want to. And you could even, if you want to get a couple of packs, you could, for instance, use the gladiolus and the freesias as cut flowers and have those indoors as well. So choice is yours.
Well, it's your kind of spending, isn't it? Because it's actually a half-price deal, so you might as well get two. This is how this is why Adam's still paying off his mortgage now, you see, because that's how he shops.
You know what? Never a truer word has been said. This one's still paying off the mortgage. If I had in the bank now all the money I've spent on plants all my life, I could pay off the balance on the mortgage.
We don't care at all. We like having our plants in the garden. Right, Simon, thank you so much. Bex, it's hard to imagine you speechless. You're right, Simon. You're absolutely right. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for all your comments. And good morning to Olwyn, who's joined us in there too. Olwyn says she's waiting for her apricot shades, begonia and the power daisies. Nice. Right, let's move on, shall we? We're going on to the ultimate bedding display collection for you. Oh, I like this. Okay, so these are the Pro Plugs. Now, if you're looking to shop on a budget, first of all, you're in the right place because you're at YouGarden TV. But if you want even more budget shopping, then Pro Plugs are the kind of little, I mean, it's not a secret, but it is the gardener's tip, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because again, all the hard work's been done. You don't have to get out packets of seed. You don't, seed trays and compost and pricking them out and all that kind of stuff's all been done for you. So each one of these plants is one of those little perfect kind of almost like semi-pyramid shaped containers there with a beautiful root system.
I'll get one out.
Look how fancy. These are the busy lizzies. And you know what's really good? And I like to think that this has been thought through, or it might just be coincidence. But what I do like about this collection is Bex is holding the busy lizzies there. And also at the front, we've got the little begonias, the little Begonia semperflorum. Now, they are brilliant for super shady areas, shady and cool. But we've got the geraniums as well, which are really good for hot and dry. So you've got a collection here that is going to do fantastic all throughout the garden, and this is how they come. That beautiful plant, it's almost like a little bonsai bedding plant, perfectly formed, got that beautiful root system on there. All you need to do is pop these on. You could put them in a little 9cm pot, grow them on, and then, come the time, just plant them out. And you know what? If you are on a budget as well, you don't even need to fuss about buying pots. You could even, with some of these, you could use egg boxes and just fill egg boxes with compost and put one of these in each one of the little sections and grow them on the egg boxes, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can. It's so easy to do it as well. You grow on plug plants anyway, so it's just as easy to grow on the Pro Plug plants. It's exactly the same process. You actually get a little bit more for your money basically by going for the Pro Plugs. It's £21.22. You're getting 120 plants. Just imagine how much area that's going to cover in your garden. Your pots, your window boxes, even into hanging baskets. Some of these can go as well, and it just requires a little growing on from you. Obviously, plant them into our professional compost. That'll give them a really good start in life. Just want to say a big good morning to everybody who's joined us on the Craft Store. We've been live on Craft Store now. This was our second week, isn't it?
Yes, good.
So please do jump in the chat, say hello, don't be shy. Stu and Matt are in the control room there, so they're looking at the Facebook chat. I've got the YouTube chat if anybody wants to join us on here. I've also got the emails as well, so if you want to send us any pictures, we love seeing in your gardens. We love sharing our garden experiences. Our regulars send us their pictures. We love showing them on air, and actually we give each other loads of different ideas by doing that. So please don't be shy. Send us your comments, your questions, or your pictures. Email addresses on the bottom of the screen there, ygtv@yougarden.com. We're live on the Craft Store for another about hour and 20 minutes until 12 o'clock. We're live here in the potting shed until 12:30. So it's really nice to have your company. Thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us, basically. Let's move on, shall we, to the trailing... Oh, sorry, yes, this is the Decora trailing collection here. So these are absolutely... I mean, easy, long flowering, drought tolerant, just guaranteed displays from these.
Yeah,
right?
They will, Bex. And look, I mean, look at the root system again. He's in these lovely little kind of containers here. You've got to see the roots already starting to sort of poke out the bottom there. So all the hard work's been done. These plants are just itching to get growing, to get going, to get flowering for you. And a lovely colour mix here. You've got that sort of that lovely red, that soft pink.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of bedding plants that if you're a busy person, perhaps you work away during the week, perhaps you only get back to your garden at the weekends. These, you could leave these for a whole week, even if it was hot and dry, and they'd be fine. They wouldn't die.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of your summer bedding that does require, more regular attention.
These don't. Honestly, you could. In fact, I'd even say you could leave these a fortnight and not water them. They wouldn't thank you for it. And I'm talking about once they've kind of got a bit established.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're great for a really hot, sunny balcony,
they grow
windowsill.
a lot across the Mediterranean, these, don't they?
They do.
Use these a lot because obviously hot weather.
Yeah, Mediterranean. They love that part of the world, but also they're quite well known in sort of places like Austria and Switzerland and places like that as well.
Yeah.
They kind of grow them sort of outside the taverns and on the chalets and the bungalows. And this display you see here, this is easily achieved. There's no kind of magic to this. There's no big secret. just plant them in good quality compost, plant them in a really nice sunny position, and they will just grow away for you. The leaves are beautiful on these as well. Those lovely kind of ivy shaped leaves, which are really, really attractive. The foliage on its own is absolutely beautiful. And then you will get months and months and months of flower on these. And you could deadhead these, but you know what, you almost don't need to really, because they pretty much deadhead themselves after a few weeks. The old flower stems just drop off. And like we've mentioned with other things as well, if you protect these during the winter time, they don't need mollycoddling, just keep them 3 or 4 degrees, somewhere bright, keep them on the drier side. You can actually take these through the winter and keep them going the following year. But you know, to sum up, if you're looking for a bedding plant that you can plant and leave for a week or so, not worry about water, and still get a fantastic result, grow these. Geranium decora will do that for you.
Yeah, they definitely will. 12 plug plants included in that collection as well. $12.74 as a club member, $14.99 if you're not a club member. But I mean, if you spend money on gardening, it's well worth joining that club. It costs just £10 to join, and then every time you shop, you'll get 15% discount. That's from the items in the potting shed, but also on the website as well. So it doesn't matter where you're shopping with YouGarden, you'll still get that 15% discount. The difference by shopping with us here in the potting sheds is that you get free postage on your order as well. So use the code, please, YGTV1225. That accesses your savings, but it also gives you free postage. And if you are just buying one item, for example, if you were just buying... OK, we've moved on to the soft fruit. No, that's fine. The soft fruit pack, which is $14.97, and you're paying $6.99 postage. That's quite
painful.
A percentage, isn't it? Yeah. It's a big percentage of that. So to save that money, that makes a really big difference, I think. And likewise, if you were buying 20 items, to save that postage as well and get all of that delivered for free, that feels quite amazing too. So this is why we love having your company here. We want to tell everybody, so do tell your friends and family. If you've got anybody that you know who's into gardening, let them know about us over here.
It's good when postage can become plants, isn't it?
You're going to be paying off the mortgage forever. So am I, Adam, don't worry. I say this to you, I'm going to be doing it as well.
Another £6 on plants, not another £6 on postage. That's what I like.
All right, let's move on, shall we? Now, this is the Lucky Dip soft fruit collection that we've got for you. We can't guarantee which ones you're going to get, but how exciting is that? I do like a Lucky Dip every now and then.
And there's no rattlesnakes in this one either, which is good.
I don't get it. No rattlesnakes.
Have you had that saying?
No.
That's popular as a rattlesnake in a Lucky Dip.
I've never
heard that saying.
I've never heard that saying.
I thought everybody knew that saying.
You made that up?
No, honestly, it must be a local.
Has anyone else heard that saying?
We had when he was a kid. You would say, yeah, we'd say he's about as popular as a rattlesnake in a Lucky Dip.
I've never heard that.
Oh, how weird is that?
In my almost 50 years on the planet. Right, well, what we've got here is a blackcurrant, we've got a blueberry, and we've got a raspberry, so it could be those three that you're getting. The wonderful thing is that it is going to be a bit of a surprise, but you're going to have fun growing these.
Well, another good thing as well is you know, Bex, and I know that we always bring you really good, unusual and different soft fruit on here as well. So, you know, it could be, for instance, the pineberries, you know, because they're kind of, you know, it could be a type of strawberry, could be, you know, one of our fantastic raspberries. Yeah, I mean, would we do honeyberry in this or not?
We do honeyberry in a 9cm, yes.
Yeah, so it could possibly be one of them, possibly. Yeah.
There's also another one called Black Jewel, I think, that we do in a 9cm. So it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it could be a step into giving soft fruit growing a try.
Yeah, and you can grow all these soft fruit in containers as well, really, really easily. Obviously, you can put them straight in the garden if you want to. But yeah, I mean, whatever you get, you're going to love it. It's going to be great. It's going to be productive. I mean, some of these fruits will actually start fruiting this year, but they'll certainly start producing fruit in the next couple of years. And when we talk about fruit, so many times we always say, and we're never putting it down on supermarkets, but we always say, whenever you grow your own soft fruit at home, be it raspberries, be it strawberries, be it anything like that, you can pick that fruit at that perfect moment, can't you? When it's got that utter sweetness and vitamins and minerals.
By the sun as well, it does make a big difference. When you put the effort and the work into growing it yourself, it just tastes better anyway. As a mum, it's definitely something that I like doing at home. I mean, my kids don't show too much interest. The little one does, but they don't show too much interest. But, you know, I think by osmosis, they're going to, and it's going to serve them well in later life. You know, it'll come back to them in later life all the time that I've made them come out into the garden and look at this plant.
Well, one quick question for you.
Go on.
Does your soft fruit make it indoors?
Not often, no.
That's it, yeah.
There's nothing like a garden buffet, is there? When you're wandering around the garden, oh, there's a blueberry there. Oh, there's a strawberry there. Oh, it's lovely. I love it. It's my favourite thing to do. So do grab yourself those. 310195 is the item number. member, you've got a half price deal there. We're saving £15. And of course, club members, look at it. You get another 15% discount there, so it comes down to £12.72. You get free postage as long as you're using the code YGTV1225. Let's bring you on to one of my favourites. Now, I've had a pack of these in the past, and it is the Hardy Garden Perennial Collection. Now, I got it as a pack of 12, but actually what you're getting here is a pack of 24, and you've got some amazing varieties. Again, I don't think we specifically say these are the ones you're going to get, but this is a really good kind of indication. You've got delphiniums in there, you've got coreopsis, we've got aquilegia, we've got rudbeckia, we've got Verbena bonariensis. There's some amazing varieties.
Yeah, I mean,
there?
what you've got, Bex, is an herbaceous border in a box, basically. So if you just moved into a new garden, or if you just want to revamp your garden, or you've just got lawn and you want some flower beds and borders, this is a fantastic way of growing perennials. And what we mean by perennials is plants that are going to come up year after year after year. These aren't like some of our bedding plants we're talking to you about today. These are plants you'll have for many, many years. Sort of year on year, they get bigger, they make larger clumps. And, there's a fantastic mix in these. You're not going to ever get any more than 2 of the same plant in the mix. Yes. But, you're going to get a range of plants. Some will be good for shade, some will be good for full sun. A lot of them will be good for pollinators. Some have got really lovely foliage and fantastic flowers as well. But so there'll be different heights, there'll be different positions. You can put them in the beds and borders. I mean, just absolutely incredible. And what I would do with these personally, I would actually just pop these on into some 9cm pots or yoghurt pots or anything you've got really. Just make sure there's a drainage hole in the bottom. I would just grow them on until probably about the middle of May, end of May, till they're really, really nicely rooted in those extra pots. Then I'd plant them out into the garden where I want them to be. And a lot of these will flower for you this year. The Verbena will definitely flower for you this year. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rudbeckia does. If you get the scabious, we've got scabious here, for example, the pincushion flower, they'll probably try and flower for you this year. But what the great thing is that year after year after year, you're going to get these displays. All you've got to do is just plan it out how you want it to be. Obviously, the taller ones at the back, the shorter ones at the front. Most of these, if not all of these, can grow in containers or pots if you want to. But it's just an absolutely brilliant way of growing plants from these tiny plugs, well, not that tiny, but smaller plugs. Because if you went out to the garden centre today and you decided to buy a lot of these in 2-litre pots, you would probably be paying about £8 to £10, if not more, per plant. Yeah. You could pay 240, 250 quid to buy this collection in 2-litre pots. You don't need to do that. For a tenth of that expenditure, you could get yourself some pots, a bag of compost, grow these on and have fantastic perennials.
480050 is the item number if you'd like to go for those. You're going to get 24. So there's one pack. And there is the other pack, okay? So just grow them on. They are labelled so you know which one is which. The label refers to a letter of the alphabet, and the letter of the alphabet is embossed on the packet there, so you know which is which. Make sure you label them up when you pot them on, otherwise you're not going to know which one is which. I've made that mistake in the past. £16.99 is your club discount price. 24 plants in there. We're talking pennies per plant, aren't we, basically? Not pounds, it is into the pennies. I want to talk to you about the club, though, because it is a fantastic thing to join. I have saved hundreds of pounds being a member of this club. 15% discount is what you get off everything. Let's have a little look at this video so you can understand the benefits just a little bit more.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
So there you go, all the amazing benefits of joining that club. We talk about it all the time because we know how good the savings are, and obviously we highlight that a lot with the various plants that we bring you in the potting sheds. I'm a member. We've got over 45,000 members of that club now as well, so I do want you to consider it. You'll start saving on your first order today. We're going to start off over here. Adam's just sorting out the rest of the table so we can show you some more plants, but we're going to start off over here with the syringa, the lilac paliban. 510349 is the item number. It's just $16.99 in that 3 litre pot, and it's a really good time of year to get hold of this because what you see is it's starting to leaf up, but it's also starting to bud up, so you're going to get those beautifully fragrant flowers on here as well.
Yeah, and the great thing about this sort of lilac, Bex, as well, you think about the normal lilacs, the Syringa vulgaris that flower in May, you only get 2 weeks of flower and then that's over. This one keeps flowering on and off all the way through the summer, which is fantastic.
You get a big flush of it in the springtime, in the normal time where you get lilacs, but then you get these flushes of flowers that happen throughout summer. The more you deadhead it, the more it seems to help it to come through with more flowers.
Yeah, and it's super fragrant. I remember I used to look after a garden in Buckhurst Hill, and a lady there had one of these. It'd been there for years and years and years. They only get to about a couple of metres tall, and they form quite a nice bushy, kind of shrubby little thicket, if you like, of lilac. Always pumping out this incredible sweet fragrance. As I say, big flowers sort of in the spring, then lots of sporadic flowering later on. And in the autumn, it's not even over in the autumn because the leaves turn a really bright buttery yellow before they drop. So this is a really great shrub. It's drought tolerant, it's frost hardy, it will come back year after year after year, have our lifetime guarantee, the little snowflake symbol. And if you want to sort of grow a lilac that you can grow practically anywhere, this is definitely one to go for, the paliban.
Just to point out, obviously this is the standard that you're looking at here, but it's exactly the same variety, but the plant that we're showing you is the shrub, okay? So it's not going to grow as the tree shape, it will grow as a little shrub.
Yeah, and this, as I say, in time, you know, this beauty here, let's have a look at the root system. I'll try and do so, dropping the bark all over the floor. I bet I will. But,
it's all right, the cleaner's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, look, really good.
Yeah,
you see that,
rooty.
that really nice fibrous root system there going all the way to the base of the pot. So I'll just drop that back in.
Completely winter hardy as well, so my lilac is outside all year round, and because this grows nice and compact, you're not losing the flowers right up, 3 metres high where you can't get any benefit. This stays compact so you can still look at them but also smell those gorgeous flowers.
Yeah, and lovely leaves, those lovely kind of really limey green, interesting leaves all the way through the summer. And it's a lilac, once you've got it, this will last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really, really long-lived shrub.
Absolutely. 510349 is the item number if you'd like to go for the syringa, the lilac here at £16.99 is your club discount price. YGTV 1225 is the offer code you need to put in if you want to get that free postage. Of course you want free postage. Our postage is $6.99, and if you think about some of the sizes of items that we send you, that's why it's $6.99. But I don't want to spend that postage. That's why I always make sure I'm using that offer code. Let's bring you on to one of the things I've got in my garden, and I adore this, wisteria. Wisteria is just, there's something quite evocative that's it's pretty, isn't it? It's beautiful. I remember falling in love with a wisteria when I was going around. I went for a day trip to Cambridge. There's beautiful old gorgeous buildings in Cambridge, and they'd got wisteria growing along there, and I don't know, there was something about it that made me fall in love with it.
I think, Bex, what it might be is the shape of the flowers. They're what's called racemes, and you have that same sort of flower on laburnum. Because we normally, when we normally think of flowers, we normally think of something that's quite fixed on the top of a stem, don't we? That doesn't really move about. But the flowers on these, because they hang down, because they're pendulous, because they kind of move in the breeze.
There is movement.
There's movement. They're like colourful tassels of bloom, aren't they? That hang down. And I think
bees love them as well, which I really enjoy.
Bees absolutely adore this. Fragrant as well. This is really got a lovely sweet fragrance to it. And a bit like the lilac we were just talking about, you get that big main flush of flower in the spring. In fact, the lilac and the wisteria flower pretty much the same time. And just like the lilac, the actual wisteria will actually keep throwing out odd flowers all the way through, right up until autumn. But if Bex and I've just mentioned the word wisteria, and that's kind of made you feel a bit cold, because you think, well, I had one of those in my old house.
Too vigorous.
And, I went up in the loft one day, and it was like actually growing into the loft. It pulled the downpipe off the wall. We got the guy around to try and fix the wires on the wall, and they were all caught up. This is not like that. This is Amethyst Sauls is a much more relaxed, much less vigorous wisteria. It will climb, it will twist and curl, but it won't go berserk like the other ones do. It won't go right up to the top of your house and up to your chimney and take over. It will just gently grow. And
the other thing is that this is guaranteed to flower for you in the first years. So a lot of people have to wait 5, 7, even longer than that, years before their wisteria will flower. This is a different variety, and it is guaranteed to flower in its first year. And I planted it. I know that it does do that. You get some flowers in the first year. Obviously, it gets better in the later years as well, and you can prune it and keep it compact. Yeah, there's buds coming.
Yeah.
There's definitely growth starting to appear on here. My wisteria, I've got 2 actually in pots, 1 in a tower pot. They're bare at the moment. They drop their leaves over winter, but then they burst into life and they give you those gorgeous wisteria flowers. Pollinators adore them. They're really quite simple. Prune twice a year to keep it nice and compact and keep those flowers coming. It's £29.74 is your discount price here, and make sure you use the code to get the saving and the free postage. Did
you say just now as well, because you've got yours in a tower pot, haven't you?
I've got one in a tower pot, yeah.
Yeah, which goes to show how compact this can be.
So and it's going into its, is it 2nd year or 3rd year this year? So you just keep it nicely pruned, and as I say, twice a year you do that, and then it keeps it compact, and it encourages the blooms to come through. 550308 is the item number, just £29.74. It's really established.
You'd never put one of the normal Sinensis ones in there, would you? I mean, it just wouldn't work. But that is compact enough and respectable enough to kind of grow around this without overwhelming it.
Yeah, and we've got a twin pack available here, 130477, where you'll get 2 of the tower pots as well. So it's saving £15 here. It breaks down to just under £15 each as a club member. You can just get 1 if you want. I think it's £24.99 and a little bit off for your club discount, but I would definitely go for 2. Even if you're just getting 1 for your wisteria, you will find a use for the other one. There, it gives you the 360-degree display. They're lightweight, they're easy to use. When your wisteria is looking a bit rubbish and bare over winter, you can move it and hide it away. It's plastic, it's lightweight, it's easy to assemble, but they are UV stabilised and frost resistant as well. So it's not rubbish naff plastic. This is designed to last you for years. I've had my tower pots. I mean, the oldest one is, what, 5 or 6 years old now, and it's still going strong. So don't worry about them being plastic. They are designed to last a long time.
Doesn't it? It looks nice empty.
It does.
Even with nothing in it, it looks attractive.
So 130477 is the item number for the twin pack, but you might need some compost to go with it. By the way, everything that we bring you in the potting shed has free postage as long as you use the offer code YGTV1225 when you place your order. There's a little section on the website where it says, do you have an offer code? Put that code in. The code changes every single week. That gives you your savings and it gives you your free postage. Now, our premium professional compost is exactly that. It's premium and it's professional. It started life as our compost, the compost that we used here at the nursery. And of course, for a business whose business it is to grow plants and look after plants, then we need the best compost, and that's exactly what this is. Packed with essential ingredients that your plants are going to love.
It is, Bex, and it's really tactile as well. I mean, you naturally kind of want to do this, to be honest. And, the thing is, this is a hugely peat-reduced compost, but what we've put back is some composted wood fibre. That keeps the compost nice and open. It keeps this really, really nice texture. That also allows the water to percolate through. But just imagine, you're a tiny, tiny seed. You're a plug plant, you're a cutting, you've got those little fibrous roots. This allows you to penetrate down, to get those roots established. And once your roots are down in this compost, what you're going to find is slow release fertiliser that's going to feed you for up to 6 months, which is fantastic as well. And of course, if you've got little plants, little seeds, little plug plants, the last thing you want them to do is to dry out. So this contains a wetting agent. This compost is what's known as hydrophilic. It likes water. It wants to absorb the water, not repel it. It's pH balanced as well, not too acid, not too alkaline, so you get to cover a bigger range of plants. And it just comes in these plain white bags. There's no need for fancy bags. It comes from us straight to you in a cardboard box delivered to you. And honestly, it is the best compost you can use. We've got zillions of 5-star ratings on this. Bex has used it for years. I've used it for years. I use it for everything, and I just have the most amazing results.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. It's getting those results, isn't it? We spend our hard-earned money on those plants. We want to make sure that those plants are in the best possible health they can be. Healthy plant, healthy roots means bigger, better plants. And you can use this on absolutely nearly everything in your garden. Like 98%. It's been specifically designed to work on the majority of plants you plant in your garden. I'm just starting to repot my houseplants. This is the time to do it. So I'm also using it on my houseplants as well. If you're wondering what on earth are they talking about, this is just compost. Yeah, it's just compost. Any old compost will do. I'd love you to go and check out the reviews, please. And I used to be the person that believed that it's just compost and it doesn't really matter. But once you understand the difference, they're not all made equal. Some are way better than others. Okay, so we're not the cheapest. No, we're not, but we are the best. And that's what I want for your garden. I want you to have the best compost so you get the best results. 100125 is the item number. 2 50-litre bags delivered direct to your door with no postage attached, as long as you use the code YGTV1225.
Do you know what?
You're going to want to multi-order on that as well, by the way, everybody. You will, because when you find out how good it is and you run out, you'll be really annoyed.
Sorry, the other week, Bex, I actually sowed a tray of cosmos in this compost.
Yep.
They were up and germinating in 5 days.
There you go.
Yeah. And already the seedlings are now that tall. I've got them in the greenhouse now, and they're looking really, really happy.
This is the difference that you get with our compost, honestly. Right, well, let's bring you on to the most popular item on the show today, and that is the Coleus canina, the Scaredy-cat. Seems like we've all got problems with lovely little cats coming into our gardens and doing their business. Well, this is a nice way to just try and encourage them to go somewhere else, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This is a half-hardy perennial plant. It is evergreen, by the way, and it does have little tiny blue flowers on it when it's really, really happy. But it's a really good, friendly, organic way of deterring cats from using your garden as a loo. And what it does, it emits a fragrance that the cats just hate. It doesn't harm the cats, doesn't damage the cats. They, because cats have got a really, really sensitive nose, and they live their life like dogs, really, through their nose. If they come into your garden and they pick the scent of this up on the breeze, they'll go somewhere else. They'll walk away. These are really attractive plants as well. You can see they're a member of the mint family, but don't panic. It's not going to become super invasive like mint. It's not going to take over. Each one of these will form a nice little clump. You can plant between other plants. I mean, I would probably say put one of these, sort of 1 per square metre or something, just sort of to sort of act as a deterrent in that particular zone. And as I say, it will just put those cats off. They'll go somewhere else. Fantastic plugs again as well. Lovely root system on there. These plants are ready to go out. You could probably pinch these ones out as well. If we show you this one, for example, you can see there that's starting to get a little bit tall, and you can see those little side shoots. Yeah. I'm not going to do it on this one, but if you pinch that top out, then it encourages all those little side shoots to whiz out, and then you get much more. Yes, you can just see there that little side shoots just there and there. Pinch the top out, and those side shoots will bush out. You'll get much more of a bushy plant. But these don't get super tall either, so they're not going to overrun the rest of your plants. They're just going to, as I say, gently, in a really lovely organic way, just deter those cats from your garden. And John and I are going to put some of these in our front garden this year, because we had a lot of problems with cat doo-doo in our garden, and we're going to try these out.
Yeah, definitely. Just fill some of the gaps in your borders. We've all got little gaps every little spaces in the borders, haven't we? Or maybe put some in pots and just dot them around your garden that way. 400092 is the item number. You get a £5 saving, and of course it's even more as a club member, because you'll get that 15% discount down to £12.74. Use the code, please. Get yourself that free postage. And if you see something you like, just place the order. Because you're getting free postage, you can place multiple orders without, worrying about those pesky postage costs. costs. Right, let's bring you on to the second most popular item on the live today. It's the Begonia apricot shades. Begonias are always a customer favourite because they just perform. This is what we call a guaranteed performer, and it doesn't matter the weather. Hot and dry, wet and windy, begonias don't care. You can plant them in sun and you can plant them somewhere slightly shady. They don't care.
The weird thing is, Bex, when we do our job, what we're doing today, we always, you and I, we always say it as it is, because if we didn't, we'd get found out, wouldn't we? Yeah, and that's why I like when we have products like the fiery shades, the Begonia fiery shades, because I know when I say to people, if you've never grown a hanging basket before, if you try these, you'll get a fantastic result. I know at the end of the year, if you contacted us, you would say, Adam, Bex, I did try these for the first time. I did get that fantastic result. Yeah. Use our quality compost, plant these plug plants in, I mean, probably in a 12-inch hanging basket. I would probably put about 3 or 4, perhaps, would you say?
I mean, each one's going to grow to about 30, 40 centimetres, isn't it?
In an 18-inch one, I put about 6, something like that. And if you've never, ever grown a hanging basket before, you will get that beautiful result. You're going to get these cascades of flowers, sort of the salmons, the peaches, the oranges, the tangerines, the sort of some of the whitish little colours there as well. Some of the flowers are more of a solid colour. Some of them have got sort of mixed colours. They even deadhead themselves. The spent flowers just drop off, so you don't even need to worry about that. In fact, all you need to do with these, obviously if they're in a hanging basket, is water them, and we would recommend using our Blooming Fast liquid feed once a week or once a fortnight. Follow the instructions and you will get probably 4, 5, 6 months of colour right up until the frost. And you know what, even the leaves are beautiful on these begonias. They've got these asymmetric leaves that are beautiful and green on top and a sort of a nice reddish colour underneath.
I love the foliage of begonias as well. 400104 is the item number. £4 saving, 1104 if you're a club member. Free postage by using that code YGTV1225. Next up, we've got the Argyranthemums, the Marguerites, the Grandaisy collection. 6 different varieties, brand new this season.
They are grand as well.
They are.
Really grand. I remember back in the day, they were just plain white. But now with fantastic breeding, look at these beautiful colours. I mean, these are so unusual. I like those little concentric rings, especially on the bottom 2 and the one on the top corner there as well. And these daisy-like flowers that are so simple but so effective, so beautiful. These are going to attract the pollinators, the bees, the butterflies. They're going to absolutely love these. And you're going to get these zingy, bright, cheerful, happy, light-emitting colours all the way through summer, right into autumn. They form this lovely, gorgeous dome shape, so they're perfect for pots and containers, but you can grow them in beds and borders as well. And really all these ask of you to be really utterly happy. What they want is full sun, good drainage, be that in the ground or containers, great for gravel gardens, and they do quite well in poor soils. In fact, if you give these really, really rich soil, you'll probably end up with a lot of foliage at the expense of flowers. So, you know, if you've got poor soils, or you even got some spent compost from last year, you can use that if you want to, because if you actually stress these plants a bit, they'll actually flower more
for you, rather
than producing foliage. The only one tip Bex and I would definitely give you is, if you can, deadhead, because that will keep them, you know, the flowers coming.
Definitely. 401580 is the item number. New this season. We love it when we've got something new this season, don't we? Something different to add into our gardens. 1104 club price. Use the code, please. Get your free postage. Next up, we've got the Fuchsia Julie Horton. One of the most... I mean, I'm always in love with fuchsia flowers. There's something about them. They're so pretty. But the colour of this is just delightful.
It's purely elegant. I mean, it's pure elegance, this is. Absolute elegance. It's a stunning looking fuchsia. I did, while Bex was talking a little while back, try to have a little Google, and I did find some Julie Hortons, but none seemed to be linked to this this fuchsia. But, you know, who cares anyway? I mean, goodness me, this is such a stunningly beautiful plant. The way it cascades down, the super healthy foliage, even the lovely reddish stems on there as well. And then these really big, lovely flowers that are going to flower again for you for month after month after month. And there's no magic needed for these. You don't have to be an established gardener. You don't need gold medals at the Chelsea Flower Show.
No, that's the good thing about fuchsias, I think.
You don't need any of that. And I would recommend these as well. If you perhaps you just moved into a new home together, you're really excited this year, and you've got a garden for the first time, and you've said to each other, let's have some hanging baskets this year. I'd love them. Use these. Go for these, because whether it's a hot, dry summer, whether it's a cool, damp summer, these will perform. Use our compost. Put about, again, if it's a 12-inch basket, I'll put 3 in. If it's an 18-inch basket, I'll put 6 in. Water and feed sit back and just enjoy sumptuous, beautiful, elegant displays right into autumn.
400997 is the item number. 6 of those plug plants. Everything you can see here, look, comes in those miniature greenhouses as well. Keeps them nice and secure, keeps the moisture in there. Just give them a little drink when you get them home, OK? Use the code, please, YGTV1225. That accesses your savings and it gives you your free postage on your orders as well. Next up, we've got the Samira, the Verbena. This is the trailing collection. Tumbling rather than trailing, I would suggest. But pots, hanging baskets, window boxes. I mean, you could put them into borders, but I think they just want to be up slightly, don't they?
Yeah, I agree with you there, Bex. I think the little bit of elevation, you get the sort of the maximum out of these, because they say they do like to sort of tumble over a little bit. I mean, if you had a raised bed, for example, like a railway sleeper raised bed, you could plant them at the edge. You know, they could tumble over the edge there. But definitely pots, containers, hanging baskets, window boxes. What really jumps out about these to me, and I remember even when I first started working in at 16 in the garden centre, these were around then, and what I think's appealed to people over the years is these really strong, punchy colours. Yeah. Especially when you grow them together, you get that mix of contrast. You get that lovely white one, and then you get a deep purple or a deep red next to it. And some are like one solid colour. Some have got a white eye in the middle. But these again are easy to grow. They've got like a nice dome, tumbling kind of habit. Deadhead them, water them, feed them with our blooming fast every so often, and that's all there is to it. Just sit back and enjoy months of colour, and you could have beautiful pots like this all the way around your house in the front garden. Just plant them somewhere sunny and bright, and that's it. There's no secret, there's no magic, just good quality plants, a bit of TLC from you, and the rest is just beautiful flowers and blooms.
Absolutely, beautiful flowers and blooms. We're excited about summer coming, aren't we? 400088 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Verbena trailing collection. We're going to show you some more items, just give you a little reminder of some of the things you've seen, and then we're going to bring you more. I can see over there we've got the power daisies, we've got the Kojo-no-mai, we've got the eucalyptus, lots and lots to show you, so stick with us. We're live on the Craft Store Facebook page until 12 o'clock, but we're live in the potting shed until 12:30 on YouTube and the website and stuff as well. If you want to come over and join us on there, you're welcome to. Let's give you a reminder, starting with that peach tree. Lee, I've seen your picture. Lee, that yours is amazing, and we will show that in a little while. The Patio Peach Crimson Bare Root Tree. I've been convinced. I'm going to be getting this myself. £16.99 is your club discount price. It's a bare root, there's no pot, there's no compost. You just need to soak the root and then plant it. It's a patio peach tree, which means that you can happily grow this in something like our heavy duty pot, and you can plant that and you can keep it on a patio. If you want to plant it in the ground, you can, of course. Beautiful peach blossom, wonderful foliage, and of course you'll be growing your own peaches too. 300012 is the item number. Geranium, the Decora balcony mix. You're going to get 12 of those plug plants. We just showed you those recently. £12.74 is the discount price. They are one of the best sellers on the live today. So you're going to get 12 of those plug plants. Really drought tolerant, Adam was telling us here. So months of colour, but not one of the summer bedding plants that requires all of your attention. 401461 is the item number for those ones. Free postage, by the way, on everything we're showing you. Just make sure you use the offer code, please, because that's what will access that in your shopping basket. Ah, the Himalayan blue poppy. I'm so excited about growing this. I think it's beautiful. I just need to get myself some ericaceous compost and I'm ready to plant out. 480678 is the item number. Use ericaceous, plant them somewhere shady. They can cope with a tiny bit of sun, maybe evening or morning, but really they want to be in a not deep shade, just, you know, not full sun is what we're saying. And don't let them dry out. Those are the 3 top tips for growing these. They are winter hardy though, so you don't need to worry about that. £11.04 for 3 of the jumbo plug plants. Oh, the pheasant berry. This is so pretty. This flower is amazing, isn't it? Something really unusual, really unique. It's the wisteria. It's a winter hardy plant. You get glorious foliage on here as well. It'd be great in a border somewhere. I reckon you could probably grow this in a large container as well if you wanted to. £16.99 is your discount club price. That is mesmerising, isn't it? The shape of that flower is incredible. 511523 is the item number if you'd like to go for the wisteria, $16.99. And free postage when you use the code YGTV1225. One of my favourite items we bring you. I just think this is really good value, this next one. So this is the Hardy Garden Perennial Collection. You're going to get 24 mixed plug plants. Now, It comes in packs of 12, so you get individuals there, so you're never going to get more than 2 of each, which is brilliant. And you've got some amazing varieties. There's Rebecca, there's Verbena, there's Aquilegia in there. There's all sorts. And it's your perennial border in a box. All you need to do is grow them on a little bit before you plant them out. They are hardy, they are perennial, but I wouldn't plant them out just yet. I would grow them on and then plant them out in a few weeks' time. And you've got your whole border sorted out. 480050 is the item number. And as a club member, it's almost half price, isn't it? At £16.99 there. Free postage with the offer code, of course. Always enter that offer code because you get savings by doing that. Oh, echinacea. I love echinacea. Compost, of course, you need to stock up on your compost. I've got 1 bag left, so I need to put my order in this week as well. Use it for everything. Seeds through to trees, everything in between, a few exceptions being your ericaceous acid-loving plants, but most of the things you plant in your garden will love being planted in this compost. 50 litres times 2, 100 litres in total, comes in those 2 plain white bags, and it will be delivered direct to your door with no postage. Use the code though, please. 100125 is the item number. The begonias have got busy again. Of course they have. Everyone's thinking about their summer displays. So do grab hold of your begonia apricot fiery shades. 12 plug plants included, £11 and 4 pence, less than £1 a plant as a club member. So this is a really, really cost-effective way of being able to fill your garden with colour. I would be multi-ordering on those. If you've got lots of window boxes, hanging baskets, pots that you want to fill, and you want guaranteed displays all summer long, doesn't matter the weather, then definitely begonias are the one to go for. And apricot shades, I think, is one of the more popular varieties of begonias, isn't it? 400104 is the item number if you'd like to go for the begonias. Hello, welcome everybody. I hope you're making your lists. I hope you're getting your orders in. I just want to say, hang on, who was it that sent me this email? It was Dingo. Dingo said, "Morning, Bex and Adam. Another few bob spent. Cheers, Dingo." The photo isn't loading now, but he sent me a screenshot of what he's ordered, and he's added some things into his basket. Thank you, Dingo. Much appreciated. Thanks for spending your money with us. We appreciate it. And, of course, your garden appreciates it as well. Right, let's show you some of the other items that we've got in the potting shed for you, starting with this one. And this one is, I mean, this is one of your top tips, isn't it? You were saying that you planted loads of these. Adam's obviously a professional gardener, has gardened, has owned his own business and gardened for, what are we on, 40 years now? Yeah,
I've run my own garden maintenance for 40 years, but I've been gardening since I was 5, so 55 years actually, sort of, gardening, a long time. Yeah,
but this is one that you choose to plant in your own garden, but also in, garden designs and customers' gardens as well. Yeah,
I do, because potentillas are some of the shrubs that flower for the longest of any shrub that I know. Consistently, 5 or 6 months of flower on a potentilla is not unusual. They've got really lovely, delicate foliage. Sometimes when the foliage comes out, it's got like a sort of little silvery green colour to it. You can see the foliage there, really finely cut foliage, and then you end up with masses of these beautiful little flowers that just keep going for month after month after month. There's 3 varieties in this collection. We've got Red Robin, we've got Gold Star, and we've got Tangerine, 3 really zingy colours. And all these ask of you is to grow them in a nice open sunny position. They grow in a nice sort of dome shape as well. They're not a really thuggy sort of shrub that's going to go mad and take over. So you can
How big do they get, do you reckon?
Generally, I've seen them get to probably anything from knee to waist height.
Right, OK, perfect.
Never really bigger than that.
Yep.
And they naturally sort of grow into a nice sort of dome shape.
Rhiannon, you were looking for something orange earlier, sort of bright orange coloured. I didn't know whether you were looking, it was Rhiannon, I think. I don't know if you're looking for summer bedding or hanging baskets or what, but I thought about potentilla if you're looking for a kind of winter hardy perennial shrub that'll flower for months and months on end.
That's it, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about these. These are bone hardy and they're really, really drought tolerant. They will grow in really hot, dry soils, and they grow in really poor soils as well. I remember as a kid, we used to go down and stay with these people down in a garden down in Devon, and they had really shallow, stony soil, and they had loads of these potentillas, and they thrived. I mean, they really will grow in poor soils. They need minimum input. They'll get through any winter, they'll get through any summer, and you, as you say, you get months and months and months of colour. They're adored by the pollinating insects, and if you do want to tidy them, you can give them a little clip over in the spring. The new growth that comes will flower the same year, but they do make gorgeous container plants as well. I love them. They're brilliant.
Yeah, they really are. 511139 is the item number. All three of those included. £15.27 is your club discount price, saving £12 on that item by using that code as well. So really, really good saving on there. And of course, free postage as well. Power daisies. Here's a bright orange one, but you've got oranges and you've got lemons included in here as well, because you've got the tango and the yellow. Beautiful flowers. I like it mixed up like this. You could plant them individually and have, you know, one pot of orange and one pot of yellow, but I do like that display there.
Yeah, I mean, these are like the Spice Girls, aren't they, of the plant world, really. These are really punchy and out there and in your face and kind of up for it, and, you know, they want to be noticed. They won't be ignored. And these are great. These are sort of related to the calendulas, the pot marigolds. You can see there you've got the two separate colours, so orange in one, yellow in another. Looks great. I think, well, it's not controversial. I would go for separate colours on these, but you know, if you want to mix, completely up to you. It's not a right or a wrong. But what you will get is months and months of colour from these. Really gorgeous flowers, super, super double flowers as well. We're sending out these super-sized plugs for you as well. Oh, my goodness me.
Yeah, I found a flower. So this is the same pack that we had on Thursday, and there was no flower on there on Thursday, was there? But there is a flower on there now. So just to highlight the quality, the size of the plug plants that you're getting, these are the jumbo plug plants. So jumbo is almost garden ready, is what we call a jumbo plug plant. But yeah, look, beautiful flower just appearing on there already. So you can tell the quality that you're getting here, basically.
That's pretty smart, Bex,
isn't it? I love it.
One in front of me here that's kind of multi-branch as well. You can see there's no flower buds, but you can see it's been pinched out, and you can already see the extra stem. Actually, I'll tell a lie, there is a flower bud. Look.
There is a flower bud.
Flower bud coming in the middle there. So
there you go.
Yeah. So these are quite reasonably hardy as well. These, so I wouldn't worry too much about putting these out in the not too distant future. And look at the root system as well. Really fantastic root system on these. And unlike the sort of other type of pot marigolds, these ones aren't going to seed about all over the place. You end up like overrun with them. They kind of keep themselves to themselves.
Lovely. 12 jumbo plug plants. They are labelled so you know which colours are which. 480393 is the item number. 2123 club price. £9 saving and free postage with your offer code. Kojo no Mai is coming up next. I'm sure somebody sent us a picture of a Kojo no Mai.
I always ask you every
did.
time. Never sticks. Butterfly. Something to do with a butterfly. You said.
Flight of the butterflies.
Flight of the butterflies. There we
yeah,
go.
it's known as flight of the butterflies because when this bursts into blossom, it looks like lots of little butterflies dancing around them. Kojo no Mai is a beautiful one. It was Graham. Graham's back in the chat. Graham's sending us emails again. Hi, Graham. Nice to have your company. You know Graham's greenhouse.
Oh, not Compost Graham.
Yeah, Compost Graham.
Compost Graham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compost
We're
Graham.
getting pictures back. Thank you, Graham.
Graham's got a garage. Well, he did have. He's probably used them all now.
He sent us a picture of it. I'll show you in a second.
But
he's also sent us a picture of his Kojo no Mai, and I would love to show you this because that is what we're talking about with Kojo no Mai. This is what happens at this time of year. Look at the amount of blossom that Graham's got on his Kojo no Mai.
And I mean that. You know what? Sometimes we do get lost for words. I mean, that is just stunningly beautiful.
Well, this is why I love Kojo no Mai, because you are a bit lost for words when you see it in full bloom.
And it's just the innocence of those single flowers as well, and where those single flowers just hang down, almost looking like little kind of snowdrops sort of hanging down from the trees there as well. And it's a really interesting kind of cherry because it's not a type of cherry that gets massive. You know, sometimes people think of cherry trees and they think of something that gets really huge and all those big surface roots and stuff. This one, I've only ever seen these. I mean, they might get a bit taller, but generally I've only seen them getting up to about sort of 2 metres.
Yeah, I mean, they can get to 2.5 metres, but they're really slow growing, aren't they?
They're slow growing, they're compact, but also they have a really lovely, interesting habit. You can see it a little bit on the little plants we've got here. In fact, on this little stem here, they have this sort of zigzagging kind of growth pattern, which again just makes them a bit more interesting, a bit more different, and they almost have a little bit of a bonsai kind of feel to them as well. But yeah, I mean, just look at those beautiful blooms there. How wonderful are those? I mean, I do love the cherries with the big, super blousy, sort of super double blossom, but there's something beautiful and innocent about those simple little single flowers.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got the gorgeous foliage, and it's not even over after that, because in the autumn, they turn a lovely bright yellow colour before the leaves drop. And then, of course, in the wintertime, when you've got that lovely zigzaggy structure covered in a hoarfrost or a light covering of snow, the tree comes to life even that time of year, and quite often it's one of those little trees you see the little birds kind of darting in and out of during the winter time. I don't know, they're finding insects or insect eggs or whatever. But yeah, try these. They'll beguile you. They'll thrill you every spring. and they just grow nice and slowly in the ground or in a pot, up to you.
511043 is the item number. 3 9cm pots included in that particular deal for £15.27. Wonderful price that we've got on there, and of course that will get delivered to you with free postage. Just want to quickly read a message from Luke, if I can, please. He's just said, just putting on my Petunia Bolero and can't believe the root system on the Pro plugs. Top quality. Thanks, guys. And it's really nice to get that kind of feedback. Obviously, we're happy to get other kind of feedback as well, but it's really nice to hear that you're happy with your order. So thank you very much for that, Luke. Really appreciate it. Loads of other emails and pictures and things. Honestly, we will try and get to show those. And Amanda, I will come to you on your Yuletide. She thinks her Yuletide might have died, so we want to have a little look. We'll have a look for you. But that will be covered by the lifetime guarantee, by the way. So if there is a problem with it, and for anybody who's brand new and watching us, any of our winter hardy plants, like the Kojo no Mai, for example, it's got the winter hardy symbol on it. You're looking for a snowflake when you go to the item page on the website. If it's got that and it's winter hardy, we offer a lifetime guarantee. So if it ever dies, we will replace it, basically. You just need to get in touch with customer services. Replacement will come to you free of charge. All you have to do is cover any postage costs to get it out to you, but that is the guarantee that we give. So it gives you real peace of mind to, give us a go. And Neil, who messaged earlier, was saying how good customer services are because he's had an issue and they've got it replaced for him, so it works. And also he's messaged about his Kojo no Mai, saying how much he loves that too.
I've had some lovely comments on, because you and I both do TikTok shop, and I've had some lovely comments on there about people saying, plant arrived today, really chuffed with it, really
nice,
healthy, looking forward to getting it in the garden, and it just makes our job so rewarding.
Definitely.
And it's great when we can stand behind our products. And and even when, as we're going to talk about in a minute, one might fail, and sometimes plants do die for whatever reason. You don't always know, but it's good to even know even then. If there's a lifetime guarantee, we can say, well, no problem, we'll send you another one.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to... Oh, and this one will have it. This is the... this one will definitely have it. This is the Eucalyptus Guinea Azora, a winter hardy but compact eucalyptus.
Well, I was about to say, don't you talk to me about eucalyptus. I don't that stucky great big monster in my garden.
Not this one.
Roots penetrating into the drain system.
No, not this one.
Right into shade. That's the great thing about this one. About 3 metres this gets to eventually. And should we do a little bit of... do you
want to do a rooty check?
Or should we have a snuffle as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely have a
little snuffle.
I'm not so full of cold today.
That is gorgeous, Bex, isn't it?
Oh.
I love it. That mentholy sort of fragrant
it is beautiful.
foliage on there. It's so lovely.
Sorry, I'm hogging it. Did you want some?
No, I will come in for a little snifter. Yeah, because you warmed it up now, so... Oh, yeah,
it's beautiful, isn't it?
That's just really refreshing. It's an uplifting kind of fragrance. And, of course, this is cheeky root system going on there as well. Look at that.
Rooty beauty right there, look.
Fibrous root system all the way down to the base. You can even see at the bottom there, it's sort of going round the base. So this needs going into a sort of a bigger pot. This needs potting on.
And you can grow it in a pot, actually. Even though it'll get to, it ultimately can get to 3 metres. This is the great thing here, because for smaller space, I can't grow eucalyptus in my garden. I've got a decent-sized garden, normal family garden, but I would not plant a eucalyptus there. But I could grow this, and I could grow it in a large pot.
You could, and for example as well, if you order the roses, the Bare Root Rose Collection, everyone, you're getting the pots with that. You could, for this year, possibly even next year, just grow the eucalyptus in that pot, and in fact that would keep it even more compact. Good thing about eucalyptus as well, super drought tolerant. So these don't need sort of lots and lots of watering. They just need a nice open sunny position, well drained. And you can see this one, the foliage sort of changes colour. So the brighter and sunny you get, you end up with what's called that glaucous blue coloured foliage. In a slightly less sunny position, it will go to more of a greenish colour, but it looks good all the year through. And you can see there, you've got it in a vase. This is almost, it's pretty much the same eucalyptus that you see when you get flower deliveries in bouquets of flowers as a filler. Yeah. So, if you say to somebody, look, I want to grow eucalyptus, and they go, are you sure? Are you mad? Grow this one, because honestly, this is not going to be one of those thuggy ones. You can enjoy all the benefits of eucalyptus, but without something that's going to go berserk.
510161 is the item number. It's 2124 as a club member, and free postage, of course, with that discount. With the offer code YGTV1225. Let's bring you onto the end of the table now, because we've got the Coreopsis, the Uptick collection. I'm in love with Coreopsis. I've got the beautiful yellow one, and I kind of want these ones to go with them. It's a perennial plant, first of all. It'll come back for you year after year, and just check out those hot, fiery colours that you've got there. Aren't they beautiful?
They are absolutely stunning, Bex. And also, again, I like the way that some plants have sort of one sort of colour in the middle and then another bit of colour around the outside. But with this collection, it even changes from plant to plant, because this variety has got speckles of yellow on the edges of the petals. But what is also good, I love the way the edges of the petals are crimped. They've kind of got that, you know, like sort of serrated kind of edging to the petals there. These are going to be nirvana for the pollinating insects. They're going to love it. And look at this. I mean, goodness me, this one's not even got to you, and it's already putting flowers on already.
I mean, look,
so
flower. That was a little baby one down there, one coming up there, and that is what it's growing from. So it just shows you the kind of quality that we're talking about. I mean, I'd still be pinching these out a little bit, encourage some branching, get more of those blooms to come. But so you're not going to get the benefit of those flowers because you're going to pinch those out. But just shows you the kind of quality, because they're growing away very, very happily right now. 6 plug plants, £5 saving, free postage when you use the offer code as well, YGTV1225, and the item number is 480984. Let's bring you over, shall we, to this fantastic collection. What a clever collection that has been put together here. This is the Head Gardener's Red, Nandina, Photinia Little Red Robin, and the Red Barren Bloodgrass.
Yeah, and this has been super, super popular, and I'm not surprised, because, you know, it does create this really sort of dramatic look. And even the grass that's not looking, you know, as brilliant as it would, even sort of late winter, still got that colour there.
Yeah, I love the burgundy colour that you get on here.
It's great,
Obviously,
isn't
it's still dormant at the moment. It's just waking up, but it's a really established one. It's in the 2-litre pot, so you get it planted, probably give it a trim when you get it home. It'll soon start poking up these beautiful leaves, and it'll turn such a bright red colour.
And that's the weird thing about it, because you can already see there,
yeah, you can see loads of green coming through,
green's coming down. Now, you might be thinking, hold on a minute, you said it's red. Well,
yes.
This is a real character, this one, because the new leaves come up, and half the leaf will be like a lime green colour, and then as the blades of grass mature, oh my goodness me, the top part turns the most amazing scarlety red colour. I mean, it's really dramatic. You've got to tease the kids with this. You've got to tell your kids that grass is red, honestly. Tease the kids, we're going to have some red grass this year. They'll think you've gone mad, but you will. It'll be green at the base, red on top. And then, I mean, you could put all these in a large container if you wanted to, and have all 3 in a large container, because they could complement each other. Then you've got the little Photinia here, the little sort of baby or miniature sort of red robin. So, you know, we normally think about red robin as being a really, really tall shrub that can almost go into a small tree. This is going to remain much, much more compact. Yeah. But you're still going to have these fabulous red
and this time of year, again, Photinia is one that's standing out. You know, with that brand new red growth that's coming through right now, it is a bit of a standout one, and this is why we grow this. You could also get multiples of these and grow them into a low hedge, but they're winter hardy, really easy. It's just an annual prune. Yeah,
that's the thing. But, you know, frost hardy, winter hardy. Once you plant it, just forget about it and leave it. You can let it grow into its kind of full size if you want to, but as Beck said, you could clip it, you could shape it. Again, it'll have a fantastic root system on there. Look at that.
Definitely rooty.
Look at that beautiful root system as always. And then, of course, we've got the Nandina as well. And this is one of my ultimate favourites, because this, boy, oh boy, this is an amazing shrub.
I love the sound.
Yeah, evergreen and ever red as well. Drought tolerant, frost tolerant, not fussed about soil. Will grow in full sun. Will grow in sort of, you know, a slightly shadier position. Compact, never needs pruning. Will flower eventually if it's happy with little white flowers and berries. Looks good all the year through. What more can you say about this? Yeah. I mean, it's like your perfect plant, isn't it?
It is the perfect plant. Completely hardy down to -20. You can cope with really hot temperatures. You can grow it in pots. You can grow it in borders. It's a workhorse. It's tough as old boots. It's just dead simple. 201210 is the item number if you want to go for the Head Gardener's Red collection. We've got an £18 saving on that one. Your discount club price is $25.47, and of course you will get that free postage as long as you use the offer code to give you the saving and the free postage as well. Hardy hibiscus is what we've got next for you. 3 really beautifully established plants. I can see lots of green growth starting to appear here, which is exciting because hibiscus can be a little bit late coming into leaf, but I think we've got a nice year again this year where it's not going to be too late But this isn't necessarily about the foliage, it's about those beautiful tropical looking flowers. But look at the title, it says hardy.
Yeah, and these can go down to -20, -22, these plants. So these are really, really crazy hardy. And another good thing about these flowers is these flowers aren't for this part of the year. They're not before midsummer. These are to bring you colour after midsummer, up into the autumn. That's what I really like about hibiscus, because if you're starting to get to that later time of year and you're missing the ceanothus, you're missing the camellias, you're missing the lilacs, and you're thinking, oh, the shrubs I had in my garden, they've all been and gone. I've just got leaves. Well, if you want dramatic flower colour from a shrub, mid to late summer into autumn, go for these hibiscus. Hundreds and hundreds of flowers per shrub. These have got a lovely upright habit. As I said, they'll get for any winter, they'll get for any summer. They like a nice open sunny position. You can prune them in the spring if you want to, down to whatever height, and the new growth will flower the same year. You've got 3 fantastic colours in this selection as well. And what you will have, you'll have very happy bees, you'll have very happy butterflies, you'll have very happy pollinating insects. And just later in the summer, when you think the garden's kind of starting to flag, well, it'll start all over again with these hibiscus. They'll just give it that zip, that lift, and all of a sudden you'll be back in spring with all that colour.
You will indeed. 510152, you're going to get all 3 of them. You've got the Hamabo, the Marina and the Woodbridge included in there. And wow, that is a big saving as well. £35 off the price of those. Big, established, gorgeous hibiscus. Make sure you use the code, please, to get the saving and to get that free postage as well. Right, we're just going to give you a little reminder of some of the items, starting with the Scaredy-cat here, the Coleus canina, 12 plug plants included, £5 saving you're getting from this particular item here, plus you're getting the free postage with the code as well. 400092. Let's get this planted and keep the cats doing their doo-doos in someone else's garden instead of in yours. They don't like the smell it sends out, so they just go off somewhere else. I love that cat though. All right, the Patio Peach Crimson. We've got to show Lee's picture in a minute on this because it's awesome. 300012 is the item number. We're saving £5 here and we're getting free postage. And yes, you can grow your own peaches here in the UK. Beautiful pink blossom on here. Wonderful burgundy coloured foliage. And yes, then you'll be growing your own peaches. It is totally possible in the UK. 300012 is the item number. Geranium, the Decora Balcony Mix. Yay, lovely summer plant for you, flowering for months on end and can actually be incredibly drought tolerant, this one. So unlike a lot of other summer bedding that requires lots and lots of attention or at least regular watering, this one can cope if you're not there for a little while. 401461, beautiful bright colours included there, and you're getting 12 of those plug plants. Discount club price is £12.74. The Mecanopsis, the Himalayan blue poppy, join our club, come on, let's all grow this. Adam's given us his top tips. Compost must be ericaceous. The plant needs to be in shade, not deep shade, just not in bright sunshine. A little bit of morning, a little bit of evening sun, that'd be fine. And don't let them dry out. Don't waterlog them, just don't let them dry out. Those are the 3 top tips to grow Mecanopsis Himalayan blue poppy. So let's all give it a go and say well done to Adam for teaching us. 3 jumbo plugs included there for you. £11.04 is the price, 480678. Next we've got the lovely Wisteria. We'll be showing you this in person in a second. This one's been really popular. The Golden Lanterns Pheasant Berry in the 3-litre pot, saving £5, just £16.99. And when you see the size of that, actually, that's a really good price at £16.99. 511523 is the item number. Please use your code YGTV1225. I want you to get these plants for the best possible price. I want you £5 saving, and I want you to save £6.99 on postage. So by using the code here, you're going to save £12. That is right, isn't it? Yeah, £12. Because you've got your £5 and you've got your £6.99 postage saved. Amazing, just by entering a code. 511523 is the item number. Next, we've got the Perennial Plug Collection. So it's the Hardy Garden Perennial Collection, where you're actually going to get 24 plug plants at £16.99. So it's like your herbaceous border in a box, yeah? So Rudbeckias and Verbena bonariensis and all sorts of wonderful flowers. Echinacea could be in there. There's loads and loads in there. And you'll get 24, there'll never be more than 2 of the same, if you see what I mean. So You get 12 individuals times 2. 480050 is the item number. Just grow them on a little bit and then plant them out into your borders. Fill any of those gaps that you might have. £16.99 is the item number. Next, we've got the compost, 100 litres, 250-litre bags. Amazing reviews we have on this. The item we sell the most of here at YouGarden because it works. Quite simply, it's amazing, and you can use it for nearly everything in your garden. Also for your houseplants as well. 100125. Big saving plus free postage. How cool is that? Delivered to your door. It's nothing more annoying than going buying those bagged products, is there? Yeah, hauling them in the car, or maybe you don't drive. Get it delivered. 400104 is the item number. Begonia apricot fiery shades. So we've got all those gorgeous shades of apricot, but these do tend to have a zingy sort of outer edge to the petals as well. 12 plug plants for a guaranteed performer, no matter the weather. Summer is changeable here. We never know what we're going to get, but begonias don't care, and that's why they are so favourites. 400104 1104 for 12 plug plants. And next we've got the Fuchsia Julia Horton. No, Julie Horton. I knew I'd got that wrong. It's £11.04 for 6 of those plug plants. Beautiful pink blooms here. Lovely sort of dark foliage for the flowers to sort of stand out against. They can cope in a sunny spot, but they actually do prefer to have a slightly shady spot, to be honest. Just a little bit of shade in the daytime. But water, feed, pinch them out, and these will delight you all summer long. Great in hanger baskets, great in pots, or in slightly raised borders where they'll tumble and trail over the edges. 400997 is the item number for that one. So yes, I hope you're making your lists. I hope you're checking them twice. No, we're not talking about Christmas. I hope you're stocking up on all of the goodies for your garden this year. And this one, I'm totally doing it. My husband's going to go mad. I'm bringing home another plant to put in a pot on my patio. But I really like the idea of this. I love the idea of grow your own. And the blossom and the fruits that you can get from this. Can I start off by showing you Lee's picture? Because Lee sent us his picture. Is it the same one? It's not, is it? I think it might, is it?
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful anyway. He's growing his peach in his garden there. I mean, it's beautiful. Let me read what he said, because I might be showing you a slightly different variety now, annoyingly. So he says, it's the Crimson Bonfire from last year. But it's fine, look, it's still a peach tree, so it's a slightly different variety, but just saying, been watching the show since you started broadcasting on YouTube. This is my Crimson Bonfire from last year, as you can see, full of peaches. So I'm imagining that would have been sold as a bare root as well, and he's getting peaches on there already. How cool is that?
But, you know, whether it's this variety or that variety, it just makes the point that Bex and I say you can grow peaches in the UK.
Yes.
You can grow full-size edible peaches in the UK. It's possible. And yeah, the trick really is, I would suggest planting them in tubs or containers. Then you can put it in the most sort of sunny, warm position. Or if you've got like a south-facing wall, for example. In fact, I remember some customers I looked after years ago, they had a huge, great big black barn in their garden. Right. And the end of the barn was south-facing. And they had an espalier trained peach on the wall of the barn. Oh, my goodness me, the peaches that produced.
I bet on a south-facing wall.
Yeah, mind-blowing. But you can easily do it. This is a bare root plant, and this is a stunning, stunning bare root plant.
I can feel how chunky those roots are under there.
Really good root system.
Look at how well branched it is.
And look at the stoutness of the stem as well. You don't even need to support this really. You've got that really stout stem. You've got all these buds on here. A lot of these are going to be flower buds. You've got that lovely super graft there that sort of Matt's just pointed out, our producer today, which is really, really reassuring to see that. You can have that incredible pink fragrant blossom. Then you can have that beautiful dark copper purpley coloured foliage throughout the summer. And of course you can have your own peaches, which is just fantastic. It's self-pollinating as well, so you don't need to worry about that even. Plant it somewhere sunny, feed it, water it, nurture it, and we suggest trying to keep it out of the rain until the fruit has just started to set. But yeah, we used to think about fruit has been kind of a bit utilitarian, didn't we? But it's like, oh, you always put fruit trees and vegetables out of the way. We don't want them with all the ornamentals.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
But
why
this,
would you move
yeah,
this?
Why would you sort of...
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, delegate, kind of take this down the end of the garden and put it out of the way. You want this stunning looking beauty on your patio, on your decking. You want to enjoy the blossom. You want to enjoy those beautiful, beautiful leaves, that fabulous foliage. And I'll tell you definitely what you want to do. You want to sink your teeth into those sumptuous, sweet, gin-dribbling peaches, because they are going to be just divine.
I think Amanda has sent us a picture of her crimson peach. She says it's crimson peach. And the leaves are green at the moment, but I think they turn into that burgundy colour, don't they? Look at that.
The bee, that little bee at the bottom
there. Yeah, she said there was a little bee there as well. Look how beautiful. Why wouldn't you want, whether you're interested in growing peaches or not, why wouldn't you want that as a blossom tree in your garden?
About those, I remember another sort of blossom that's very similar is almond. I remember going to Gran Canaria some years ago. We went up on a trip up in the hills and they had acres and acres of almond trees and they were all flowering at the time.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Bex, it's a sight to behold. It's like the Japanese when they have all the cherry blossom. Some plants just create such a spectacle when they flower. It sticks in your memory.
I love this one as well. So the leaves are just starting to turn that slightly darker colour on this one here, look. Oh, yes. Thank you, guys, because you've convinced me. I am definitely going to be adding this one into my basket as well. 300012 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Patio Peach Crimson bare root tree. We need to get the bare roots planted soon, though. We're coming to the end of bare root planting season. It normally has October to March. Doesn't matter if it tickles over into April slightly, but the point is we won't actually be bringing you the bare roots into the potting shed because we're moving on now. We'll be bringing the bare roots back once we get to the end of summer. Oh, I don't want to say that.
No, don't.
Oh, that made me sad all of a sudden.
Don't say those words.
Oh, no.
Goodness
all
me.
right, we've still got long left, don't worry. Right, let's move on to the Lycisteria then, shall we? The pheasant berry. It's all right, you can kick me, Adam, I don't mind. Don't worry.
Just make sure you're awake.
We got the pheasant berry for you here in the 3-litre pot. So, massively established plant.
Oh, bum, 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 bum.
Let's just show you that root system that's in there. So this is I mean, look how it's really nicely well branched here. Fantastic root system. But this is all about those displays, Adam, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? These Lysisterias are really, really undiscovered beauties, and I don't know why, because they will grow in sort of a shadier position. They'll grow in full sun. They'll grow on sandy soils. They'll grow on clay soils. They are silly drought tolerant. They'll take really, really harsh frosts. They're easy to prune. They come back year after year after year. They only get to about a couple of metres tall or so. They've got a nice upright, compact habit, almost kind of grow in an upright way like bamboo, for example. This one has lovely, bright, sort of goldeny coloured foliage, but what it does have is these pendulous sort of racemes of most mind-blowing flowers. You have those sort of gorgeous, deep, purpley coloured bracts, and then these wonderful bell-shaped flowers pop out from those bracts, and then those flowers become really dark red shiny berries, because pheasant's eye is another name for this, because those berries look like a pheasant's eye. So if you want something dramatic, gorgeous, unusual, pretty, if you want to be growing something with flowers on that you can't describe to somebody other than showing them in a picture, try this.
Yeah, for sure. Lycisteria, the Golden Lanterns Pheasant Berry, 511523 is the item number. You go to YouGarden.com to place your orders, by the way. If you're brand new to us today, you're watching us maybe on the craft store, we've only got about 15 minutes left with you. If you would like to place your order, you can go to YouGarden.com. You can use the phone line 0844 502 0050. Please just tell the operator that you've got an offer code. You can see it on the screen there, YGTV1225. That code changes every week. That's what unlocks your deals. So this one's got a £5 saving. By entering the code, it will unlock that £5 saving, but it also gives you free postage. Everything that we bring into the potting shed, the plants, the pots, the compost, has free postage on it. You can't get that free postage shopping anywhere else with YouGarden, so you don't get it on the website. You might get an occasional email offer that'll give you free postage, but you always get it here in the potting shed, and you use that code to get that YGTV1225. And it does work on compost as well. Speaking of compost, let's talk to you about that, shall we? Our wonderful head gardener, Peter McDermott, was in the potting shed with Sean Ryan a little while ago. Let's hear from him about how good this is.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow-release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow-release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah.
So there you go. That is the head gardener there who knows the most about that compost of all of us. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Yeah, it is fantastic. He can't recommend it highly enough. We can't recommend it highly enough. And our customers also, importantly, can't recommend it highly enough. I know you all come back time and time again. So if you're brand new to us, you just joined us maybe on the craft store and you're seeing us for the first time, do please give that a go, because it makes the biggest difference to your gardening abilities. You might be the best gardener in the world, but it'd be amazing the difference that using a really good compost can make. 100125 is the item number for that, and it'll be delivered direct to your door with no postage costs attached, and also that saving as long as you use that code, please, YG1225. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order, but use the phone lines as well. They're open until 4 o'clock this afternoon if you like speaking to people, which is a novelty in this day and age, isn't it? My mum had to buy a bed the other day for my dad. He's had a hip operation. He's got to sleep downstairs for a while. She couldn't get to speak to anybody because she's having to do it all online. It's nice to speak to people, isn't it, sometimes?
Definitely, yeah.
Let's bring you on to the Mecanopsis, the one we're all really excited about. I'm getting it for the first time this year. I'm growing it. Sean Ryan's growing it as well. But Adam, you've already grown this.
Do you know what? Since I was a kid, Mecanopsis has been a nut I wanted to crack, and I did.
Whee!
A couple of years ago, I grew these, and my secret, I'm not saying this is the only way, but I tried basically 3 things. I grew them in ericaceous compost. That's a must because they like acid soil. Also keep them in compost that never dries out. Not saturated, but always keep them moist. Don't ever let them wilt. And also avoid really hot sunny positions. I can have a little bit of sun early in the morning, perhaps the last bit of sun at the end of the day, but I pretty much kept mine in the shade all day, and it flowered for me. And I had a plant 2 or 3 feet tall, loads and loads and loads of flowers. I've got another one that's going to flower for me this year, which is absolutely fantastic. I know it's going to flower for me this year because it's got this huge, great big bud coming up at the base of, or a shoot coming up at the base. So I know it's going to flower. But I tell you what, blue flowers in this country are quite unusual. There's not a lot of plants that are blue. I mean, we have bluebells, we have ceanothus, for example. I'm trying to think of other. We have a lot of things they say they're blue.
Yeah, they aren't. They're more lilac or purple, aren't they? Yeah.
But these, if you want something that's truly blue, but a really unusual blue, with this stunning orangey coloured centre to it, these are something to behold. And you will get such a sense of pride an achievement when you get these to flower. And honestly, they're one of those plants that have this bit of a taboo about them. It's kind of this esoteric kind of thing that there's some sort of weird mystery and you've got to be some super magical gardener to get these to flower. You don't. Just apply those 3 rules that I mentioned to you. Ericaceous compost, keep moist, keep in the shade, and you will get these to flower and you'll be absolutely over the moon. You'll be so chuffed. And yeah, take pictures, send us the pictures of them, and they just grow so well with other sort of things that like nice damp situation. So what you could do if you've got them in a pot and you've got some Japanese maples or acers, for example, they look beautiful placed in front of them. Can you imagine a pot of those, Bex, those blue, against an acer with that lovely dark red foliage?
That's exactly where I'm going with
green.
Mine. That's exactly because I've got beautiful that reddy coloured acer, and it's in a nice little shady corner. It gets a tiny bit of evening sun. It's going to be the perfect, and I'm going to put them in pots there.
All you'd need is a pond and a little red bridge.
Oh, I know.
Going over and a moss lawn, and you're in Japan, aren't you?
I'm there. Join our club, please. Join us in the Mecanopsis Club. Anybody that has already grown these, if you want to stick any of your top tips into the chat, please go ahead. We're very much about sharing here. This is our gardening community. We obviously share our knowledge with you, but you know what? You've taught us some things over the time as well. So if you've got any comments, then please put them in the chat on YouTube, on Facebook. Just looking at the chat, actually, and we're moving on at the moment to the Scaredy-cat. And Neil just wanted to highlight, because he says, Rocky, my cat keeps other cats out the garden. That's always a good way of doing it, isn't it? Or should that be his garden?
A name like Rocky, not surprised, is it?
Other cats have learned to go around, but he then goes on to say, Scaredy-cat plant does work, though. He's got friends that have got it in their gardens. And this is about, for people who, just don't want the cats coming into their garden and doing their mess in the garden. I get it. I completely understand it. I'm fine with it. Cats can do what they like. But if it is annoying to you, and I appreciate it is, this is a good way of maybe doing that, isn't it?
This is a brilliant way, Bex, because, when you think about it, there's sprays, there's sonic devices, there's powders, there's pepper, there's gels, there's things that smell of mothballs. There's all these horrible, vile things that, that you can throw all over your garden that sound awful, don't look attractive. This is a natural, living, breathing, oxygen-producing, flowering plant that's going to complement all your other plants. It's got this beautiful, beautiful foliage. It's a member of the mint family, but don't panic. You're not going to have it coming up between your paving and under your living room carpet.
No.
It's not that kind of thuggy mint plant.
It stays nice and compact.
It does, yeah. But what it has, and I can smell it myself, it has this kind of unusual fragrance, which I don't mind at all, actually, but your cats, or other people's cats, will absolutely hate it. It won't harm the cats, it won't upset the cats, it will just deter them from coming into that piece of garden. It does have little tiny blue flowers on it as well. They're nothing to shout home about, but, it's the foliage and it's the sort of the oils that it produces, especially in a hot, sunny position, that will actually deter those cats.
Brilliant. 12 plug plants included there. £5 saving, free postage when you use the code as well, of course. Always use the code. I know I say it all the time. I'm so sorry if it bores you. I just don't want anybody anybody to miss out on getting all of those savings. So 400092 is the item number. Let's go to the Verbenas next, shall we? We'll call it the trailing collection. I think it's more of a tumbler than a trailer, but if you're putting it into hanging baskets, you'll get that effect. Pots, it'll tumble over the edges. Raised beds, you'll get that tumbling effect. And the colours are beautiful here.
That's what I like about this collection. That's what really jumps out at me, those really dark, solid colours. I mean, sometimes we bring you collections of plants that have got beautiful, soft pastel sort of colours, which are equally beautiful, but these are really in your face in a good way, strong colours. Look at that contrast so nicely with the white background there as well against the side of that shed. These are, you know, the deep reds, the pure whites, the lovely purples, the pinks, lovely feathery, ferny foliage on these as well. Lovely open sunny position is what they like, sunshine, grow them in pots, troughs, hanging baskets, tom-tom pots, anywhere like that. No big secret to these. In fact, there's 3 things you need to do with these, all very simple. Deadhead, feed and water, that's it. And all you've got to do other than that is just sit back and enjoy them. 400088 is the item number. £12.74 for all 12 plug plants. Free postage with the code as well. They all come to you, by the way, these ones in those miniature greenhouses, which holds them nice and secure. Also adds a little bit of moisture in there as well. But they come boxed too, so they're really nice and safe and secure when they come home to you. Next, we've got our Fuchsia Julie Horton, the beautiful pink fuchsia included in here. 6 plug plants. These are fantastic for your hanging baskets and your pots and things. The colour contrast with the pink flower against the deep green foliage you get is really beautiful. This is demure, it's stunning, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's going to create those displays for you for week after week, month after month in your garden, these elegant cascading blooms. You've got the sepals there that on the outside that are a slightly sort of darker colour. You've got those, you know, those sort of salmons, those soft pinks in the middle. You've got those beautiful stamens coming out there with the stigma protruding from the middle. Oh my goodness me! This is pure elegance. This is like one of the. This is like a, you know, if this plant could be a human being, it'd be Audrey Hepburn. That's what it'd be. It'd be Audrey Hepburn at breakfast at Tiffany's. It's got that elegance to it. It's got that sophistication to it. It's just absolutely beautiful, and it's easy to grow. It's pretty much, as we mentioned before, water, feed, sit back and just enjoy sumptuous, beautiful displays for months on end.
Absolutely, just look at it, isn't it? Gorgeous, beautiful plug plants there, really healthy, and just waiting to find a home, hopefully in your garden this year. £2 saving plus your £6.99 postage will be taken off your order when you enter the code. Go to YouGarden.com to place your orders, where you can enter that offer code, or tell the operator on the phone line that you have that offer code so you get all those glorious savings. On here next, we've got our geranthemums, the marguerites, the Grandaisy collection, new this season. 6 wonderful varieties and colours included in there as well. And these are just summer-long flowers, right?
Summer-long flowers.
Oh, and perennial as well.
Yeah, easy to grow, wonderful glaucous blue foliage that's really nice and finely cut, an incredible array of colours here, those concentric circles of colour in the middle as well. Great for pollinators, great for the bees and butterflies, lovely nice dome shape. Grow them in full sun in well-drained soil, either in the garden or in pots, and just enjoy month after month after month of spectacular, gorgeous colour, with nothing more needed really other than a bit of deadheading, watering and feed with our blooming fast, and that's all there is to it. We've done all the hard work growing the plugs and things for you. You just need to plant them, grow them on, and just sit back, and between probably late spring to autumn, enjoy oceans of colour from these stunning plants. 401580 is the item number if you'd like to go for the 6 plug plants there. £2 saving, £11.04 is the price there as a club member. So make sure you're looking at the club. £10 to join, 15% discount off everything you buy, plus your £20 of vouchers that get sent to you, and 2 free postage vouchers. So it's a really cool club, honestly. Love being in there. I had a quick question, sorry, about fuchsias, was it? Do you just plant them around the edge of your basket? And this is from Caroline on Facebook. Do you just plant fuchsias around the edge of your hanging basket? Yeah, I would say yes, because you want them to tumble and trail over the edges. Then in the centre of your hanging basket, I'd put something that's a little bit more upright. Yeah, you could put like a geranium, for example, or more of an upright little kind of fuchsia.
Yeah, you can.
Whatever you fancy, really. Yeah.
But yeah, around the edge, because they tumble and they trail over the edges there. So hopefully, see, we will answer your questions, honestly. If you've got any questions, no question is ever silly. Some people have said this, we have a silly question. It's never a silly question. You won't get judgment from us here at all, honestly. I mean, sometimes I ask what would be considered a silly question. It's never a silly question, is it?
I did get one once from my next door neighbour years ago. He said to me, can you get shrubs that grow to the left or just to the right?
Oh. Oh, but if you don't know, you don't know, do you?
I suppose not.
1 minute left for you guys on the craft store, so a quick one. Begonia, apricot, fiery shades. If you want a plant that will flower all summer long, doesn't matter the weather, this is the one.
Yeah, and if you want to plant a hanging basket for the first time ever and you want to get a 100% guaranteed fantastic result, use these, plant these. Use our compost, water, feed, sit back and enjoy fabulous displays, whether it's a hot, dry summer or a cool, miserable summer, which I hope it's not.
Let's hope not. I'm hoping for a nice one this year. 400104 is the item number for the 12 plug plants. Do think about multi-ordering on those, because that'll be absolutely amazing all summer long. And although most people grow these as sort of annuals, you can actually look after these over the winter and get them to come back next year. They can be perennial. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody on Craft Store. Thanks for joining us again this week. It's been really lovely to have your company. We are sticking around. We'll be here till 12:30 on various other pages, but just a big thank you to you guys on Craft Store for joining us. It's been really nice to have your company. We'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye. But sticking with you guys that are still watching us, we are still carrying on with those Begonia apricot fiery shades. £11.04 is your price on those if you are in the club. And of course, you'll get your free postage. Just make sure you use that code, please. Enter that code to get all of your savings. Right, we're into the last half an hour, so we're going to try and show you as much as we possibly can within that time. And seriously, yeah, it's all summer bedding now, isn't it? That's it, we're all on the summer bedding. Let's do it. Tumbelina ruffles. I really like this one because this is petunia with a difference.
It is. This is petunias with attitude. You know, there's no blushing violets here. I mean, these are out there. These are in your face. These are like, yeah, I'm going to get you. I'm going to give you a colour. If you want real punches of colour, real big, bold, hanging baskets, pots and so on, and you want that colour for month after month after month, and you like your colours mixed and you like them zingy and bright and cheery, oh my goodness me, this is gorgeous. I mean, you know, this just sort of tumbles down. You've got these ruffles. What a perfect name for this. I mean, you've got those ruffled flowers there, sumptuous sort of double, really sort of beautiful flowers. I mean, look at the colour range on this, Bex. This is something to really sing about, isn't it?
Yeah, ruffled double petals, you know, flowering for ages. Deadheading obviously is important, and feeding is important with petunias. You'll just get more flowers that way. Obviously, they're quite hungry, aren't they, petunias?
They are hungry, and also you get a bit of fragrance with petunias as well,
true,
don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like in your face like a gardenia kind of fragrance, but yeah, they do have a sort of a gentle fragrance, and they're just really good doers. For say, just what Bex mentioned a moment ago, that minimum amount of input, they will give you months and months of flower right up until the autumn, until the frosts. All the hard work's been done. We've got these fantastic plug plants for you there. Look at the beautiful root system on those two plants. Really fantastic roots there, really gorgeous plants. They've already been pinched out for you as well, so they're going to become nice and branched and bushy. Just pop them on into some sort of smaller pots, 9cm pots or yoghurt pots, or you can even plant them into egg boxes, for example. And then you don't even need to take them out. You can cut the egg boxes up and plant an egg box in the ground as well. The roots will grow through. Just all biodegrade, yeah, and just enjoy it, say, months and months of colour. 401639 is the item number. 12 of those plug plants, £5 saving, £12.74 in the club. So just over a pound a plant there as a club member. We've got the power daisies for you here. Now, remember, these being really popular last year, and they are really popular. I'm just hearing how many people are ordering. Yeah, these are really popular again. You've got the jumbo plug plants. Let me just pick up this one, because that one is now flowering. There was no flower on there on Thursday, but it's bursting into life right now. Flowers coming through. That colour orange is gorgeous, isn't it? And it's oranges and lemons you got in here. Yeah, you can get where the power idea comes from. You know, if these plug plants were human, they'd be down the gym every day. You know, sort of pumping those muscles and really kind of getting to it, because these are vigorous plants. These are healthy plants. Look at the leaves on these plants. Yeah, every one we're looking at pretty much now has got buds in there. You're going to get month after month after month of colour with these. You've just got one dilemma, and that is... Do you mix them? Do you mix them, or do you have them separate? It's completely up to you. I mean, Stu's very much shouting, you mix them. Well, but you could go individual and have yellow in one, orange in another. There's no right... That looks great, though, doesn't it? Yep. No right, there's no wrong, is there? It's whatever, it's whatever you like. Whatever you like. Whatever floats your boat, you go for it. But what you will get is just an extraordinarily, ridiculously daft amount of flowers for a long, long time. Just keep deadheading, water and feed, and that's all there is to it. These are disease-resistant resistant. They're not going to seed about like their cousins all over the place. You could probably get these to go from year to year to year as well if you give them a little bit of protection during the winter time. And I'm going to take a gulp of water, Bex, because my voice is going croaky.
I'll finish off, my darling. Months of colour, honestly, really incredible. Bright, zingy, just in your pots, in your borders, hanging. No, I was going to say hanging baskets. Maybe in the centre actually of a hanging basket.
I think that would work in a hanging basket.
That would be a nice upright in the centre, wouldn't it? 480393 is the item number for those if you want them. They're jumbo plugs, by the way. So we do various different sizes, starting with your pro plugs, the little ones, and we go up to the garden readies. Jumbos are almost garden ready, basically. They've just been grown on that little bit further. Coming to you in those greenhouses again, so they're nice and secure. And those plants have been looked after, so they're getting to you in the best condition. 480393 is the item number. Free postage on everything in the potting shed. Woohoo! We love that free postage. It used to be you had to get your order to over £40 to get free postage on your orders. We took that away. 2025 is stronger and better for us here in the potting shed, which means that it's even better for us as customers as well. So bigger savings, bigger discounts, and of course free postage as well. We did the poppy, so I think we're going to skip over the poppy. We're going to move on to the Calita Calibrachoa, the double collection. So the Calibrachoa are like mini petunias, aren't they? So they're slightly smaller flowers, but there's nothing wrong with their flowering ability.
No, they are super sweet. I think they're really, really adorable. Sometimes they come as doubles, sometimes they come as singles. These are the, you can see there, the doubles.
You get bicolours and you get single colour blooms.
Yeah, I like that really solid yellow one at the top there. That's really, really gorgeous. And sort of the one just near your arm, actually, the bottom Bex, that pink one.
Yeah, beautiful.
But all of these are really stunning colours, really great little plants as well. Look at the root system on them, fantastic root system. Just pop these on, grow them on a little bit once the risk of frost has gone, plant them outside. These look good in pots. Then I'd say the flowers on these are about the size of would you say a 10p or a 50p?
Yeah, maybe a 50p, I reckon.
Yeah, about 50p size, but loads and loads of flowers.
Lots of them, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of them. And you could put these in a hanging basket, you could put these in a smaller hanging basket, but you could pop these anywhere. As long as it's sunny and well drained, these can be fillers, these can be in containers on their own. But water, feed, deadhead, and that's all there is to it. And all you've got to do then is just sit back in your garden and enjoy these small but elegant, beautiful, stunning little flowers with that lovely foliage underneath as well. These will again have a very soft fragrance. I'm not going to overplay the fragrance. It's only slight, but it's the colour mix that's really going to sort of give you the buzz and the joy of growing these. I
like the riot of colour in summer. I like it to look like a rainbow has vomited on my garden.
I'm with you on that, Bex. Yeah,
I love it. Honestly,
yeah.
It's such a bright, beautiful time of year. It's exciting, isn't it? 401564 is the item number. If you want the Calibrachoa, the Calita double collection, double beautiful blooms included in there, and it's just £12.70. £15 saving. Nice. That's a half price deal, and we still give you 15% discount even when we've discounted. Going to go out of business soon, I reckon. Let's move on to the... we're not at all, I'm joking.
Is that shock news?
Let's move on to the last one on this table. We've got the Coreopsis Uptick collection here. This is one of my faves, actually. I really like this. I love Coreopsis anyway. I've got the classic yellow Coreopsis, which is a fantastic perennial. It's not in the sunniest spot in my garden. It probably should be. The thing they like most is a really bright sunny spot. But just because a couple of my borders are a bit shady. It's a southwest facing garden, but that means two of my borders are actually quite shady because all the sun is on the house. And I planted it in one of those borders and it still actually does really well there. Yeah,
they're plants that want to live, that want to grow. And many, many months of flower on these and many, many hundreds of flowers as well. And this is a fantastic collection, a beautiful selection of colours here. That one really grabs my eye because that sort of bucks the trend a bit, really, because rather than having kind of that sort of middle and then colour on the outside,
it's sort of uniform colour.
You've got just little speckles.
And,
it's like the sort of the petals were just red, and then somebody's come along with little bits of gold and just painted little gold bits on the edge of the petals.
Pollinators are going to enjoy that, aren't they? Look at that centre on
They're going to go berserk for that, Bex. I mean, look at all those stamens, all that pollen, all the nectar and stuff that will be in that flower. These are happy, upright-looking flowers. These are the sort of flowers, they almost look, and we say this about a lot of plants, but these almost sort of emanate their own light source. So even on a really dull, gloomy day, you'll go out in the garden, you'll see these in your beds and borders, you'll see these in containers. they'll just look really, really happy, really bright, easy to grow, only get to about sort of 18 inches, 2 foot or so, but say what they really love is full sun, well drained, and that can be in beds and borders or containers.
Lovely. 480894 is the item number. You're going to get 6 of those plug plants. £5 saving. £12.74 is your club discount. And, of course, free postage. Free postage on everything here in the potting shed. We're going to bring you back over to the centre here. I want to show you the peach tree. This is going in my basket later. I'm definitely going to do it. I've got a heavy-duty pot that I'm not using at the moment. Weird, I know, because I normally use all of them. But I've definitely got a heavy-duty pot spare, and I've got 1 bag of compost left. So I'm earmarking those for this. If you want to grow your own peaches in the UK, it is totally possible.
It is, yeah. Well, we saw the picture earlier on, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, of actually
Our
peaches.
customers sending us peaches pictures.
And this,
pictures.
excuse me, is a really good stout plant. Great root system there underneath the cling film, because it's a bare root plant. This really super strong stout stem there as well, really nice strong grafting joint at the top. And look how beautifully multi-branches. This isn't some sort of lopsided wonky looking plant.
No.
You know, this is really lovely, 360 degrees of stems. Look at all the buds on there as well. Most of those are going to be flower buds. Absolutely beautiful dark pink. Dark and soft pink flowers, slightly fragrant, attracting the pollinating insects. Even if this didn't fruit, you'd grow it as an ornamental because the flowers are so attractive, and then the foliage comes, and it's one of these show-off plants as well, because it's like, well, actually, yeah, I've got really stunningly beautiful pink flowers, but I tell you what, wait till you see my foliage. I've got that coppery, bronzy, purple foliage that also looks amazing. And then, I'm not done yet.
Not done yet.
I'm going to impress you even more, because I'm going to give you these really succulent, juicy, chin-dribbling peaches.
I love biting into a peach.
Yeah.
And you'd make that noise. That made your mouth water,
yeah,
then, didn't it? I saw you just swallow.
Yeah, I love peaches. I have to be honest, I do have to peel them, though.
Do you?
Yeah, I can't stand the fur.
OK,
fair enough. But yeah, I absolutely adore peaches, especially those ones where you just cut the round, you just pull it away and the flesh comes away from the stone.
Stop it, I'm hungry.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a tease, really, because it's a bit. I remember when I was a kid, it was a bit like shelling prawns. It was like you had to sort of you shelled them, and you had to resist eating them straight away. And you've got to get that peach, that point where you peel it. You've got to slice it into quarters. You just got to get in that bowl, and don't try and eat a bit before, and then get yourself comfy, and then just sit down, pick up that quarter of peach, take a bite into that soft, sweet flesh. It's like, whoa, that is so nice.
Peaches and cream is quite nice as well, isn't it?
And I remember, Matt, our producer, just said about tin peaches. My grandma used to give my brother and I tin peaches. Horrible, hard.
Get them fresh, grow them fresh, grow them yourself.
Yeah, we had tin peaches with Nestle's milk or something. Nestle's,
wasn't it?
Horrible. Imagine growing these yourself. I mean, and you can, so easy. Now, nice south-faced position, really hot, sunny position, nice and sheltered, and you will get peaches. This is self-fertile as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I hope you are as well. 300012 is the item number. Really good quality bare root tree. I don't think we're going to be bringing bare roots into the potting shed for much longer. We are getting to the end of bare root planting season. It's a long season. It lasts October through to March. But yeah, we've got a few weeks left to get these bare roots in the ground, and then we'll be leaving it alone until October again. So grab your bare roots now while we've still got them. £16.99 is your club discount price for the Patio Peach Crimson. We've got the Wisteria out for you in the centre here as well. The golden lanterns, the pheasant berry in the 3-litre pot. £5 saving, £16.99. Right, the flowers on here are really beautiful, aren't they? Where are we going to plant this? You know, what kind of spot does it want in the ground?
Well, this is one of those shrubs everybody should have, because, again, through my head now, I'm whizzing through all my different customers' gardens that have got these, and in the past that have had these. And it's pretty much anywhere. I can remember a garden I used to look after in Buckhurst Hill. There was one of these. It was on a north-facing border in awful, horrible clay that got wet in winter, went rock hard in summer. It thrived. It did well. I've got a customer I went to.
I've got clay.
After the show I did review on Thursday, Bex, I went to a customer of mine in Swaffham. Hers is south-facing, at the front of her bungalow, in really sandy soil, because we've got really sandy soil. Well, it thrives there. not bothered. I can think of people that have got really rich soil, they do well. I can think of people that have got really poor soil, they do well. They are not fussed. Honestly, it's one of those shrubs that just wants to grow. Easy to grow as well. They get to about a couple of metres tall. You can prune them down after a couple of years if you want to. But what you get is really bright, colourful foliage on this one. And then you get these incredible, amazing, unusual flowers that hang down. You've got those lovely sort of purpley coloured bracts. You get the lovely bell-shaped flowers that come out in between. And then later in the year, they become gorgeous clusters of really dark, shiny red berries. Hence, pheasant eye it's one of these plants that's got about half a dozen different names, all revolving around pheasants.
I imagine that's good for the birds then as well. They'll probably like those berries.
I'd imagine, they'd probably feast on those, I would think. Yeah, no problem at all. But it's a hardy plant as well. It'll get through, pretty much any winter. It's very drought tolerant as well. It doesn't mean being dry during the summer. And as I say, I've seen it grow in really poor soil. And also, it seeds about. You actually find little babies of these sort of growing around all over the place. And I'd tell you how hardy this plant is, Bex.
Yeah.
I've actually seen in some people's gardens where it's seeded about. I've seen these come up in between paving slabs, at the base of houses, between the wall and the car park. Yeah. They really are a shrub that just wants to grow.
It wants to grow.
They want to live. So if you want something spectacular, easy, pretty much will grow anywhere, grow one of these. You'll love it.
And it will come with that winter hardy guarantee as well. So lifetime guarantee for any of our winter hardy plants. If it fails, you can just get in touch with our customer services. They will replace it for you free of charge. You just need to cover any postage costs to get that out to you. So if you're watching today and thinking, I might give them a go, I've never ordered before, I urge you to try us out, because we've been in business for over 20 years now, and we do have a really good customer services team. And I think that winter hardy lifetime guarantee just gives you the confidence maybe to think, all right, I'll give them a try. I don't know anywhere else that offers a lifetime guarantee on their winter hardy plants. I did see one garden centre that offered, I think it was a 5-year guarantee, which I thought was nice. But ours is lifetime.
But even with ours, even if it's not necessarily been killed by the frost or the cold, if it just dies anyway, we'll replace it, won't we? If it's got that that lifetime guarantee
as long as it's got
symbol
the
on
lifetime,
it, then for whatever reason you lose it, like for instance the Camellia, one of our customers has lost, we'll replace it for you free of charge.
Amanda, I'm so sorry we haven't got onto that, have we? Can we do it quickly? Amanda, so Amanda was saying, I did promise I would do it, so I must. She says, my Yuletide, so it's Camellia, Yuletide, right?
Yeah.
I have a question. Is my Yuletide dead? I got it from you last December, January. I've done the scratch test and there's no green underneath. Many thanks, Amanda. She's attached some pictures. What concerns me is I can actually see buds appearing here. Yeah. But if there's no green underneath when she's done the scratch test, I would suggest that's a problem.
Yeah.
How far down did you go with the scratch test? Because if it's right up at the top, sometimes you can lose some stems up at the top, like natural winter dieback.
Yeah.
Have you gone right down to the base, Amanda?
What I would do is... remember, you've got that lifetime guarantee with this, so give it another month.
See, there's a bit of green
See, there's a bit of green there. Give it till... if you can, wait until the end of April. If you're not seeing any regrowth by the end of April, get back onto us and we'll replace it. Sometimes, for no rhyme or reason, you can't explain these things.
Some things just, there's always an exception to a rule.
You might have got vine weevil, might have got in the pot and chewed away the roots. It won't be cold because these are very cold tolerant.
They're really hardy.
And I'm not going to insult you by saying you haven't watered it enough or anything, because I know you would have done all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those things. There's not, it's like anything in life. There's not always 100% explanation for anything.
It just looks like there's buds and it looks like there's green growth. But do what Adam said. Give it a little bit of time and see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry. Just see what happens with it, but then have a look at that point.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've not got great hopes for it, but so give it the benefit of the doubt. You might, it might come back.
All right, let's bring you back onto our compost then, please. For everybody that's never tried it, this is for you. But for those of you that know how good this is your reminder just to keep stocked up on here. Quick one on this one, Adam. Tell us all about the compost.
Well, first of all, hugely peat reduced. Then we've got that composted wood fibre that does lots of things. But three I point out is it lets the air get down to the roots of the plants. That's important. It allows the water to percolate through as well, and it allows those really, really tiny roots to get absolutely established into this compost and create that fibrous root system. And when they do, they've got that slow release fertiliser that's going to feed them for up to 6 months as well, which is fantastic. It's got a wetting agent, which means if or when this compost does dry out, you can rehydrate it very, very quickly. It's pH balanced, so it's not too alkaline, it's not too acid. It's going to suit the vast majority of plants. And we have an ericaceous version available if you want it as well. It comes in these plain white bags. We don't need to put it in fussy bags, it's coming from the supplier direct to you. And it is probably our most 5-star rated product that we do. I've used this for years. Bex has used it for years. My hubby uses it in the front garden, uses it in the back garden, and I use it for everything pretty much in the garden. I've been sowing seeds recently. In fact, I said to Bex earlier, I sowed a tray of Cosmos seeds. Within 5 days they're germinated, they're growing away really, really strong. I planted some trees yesterday, some cherry trees. I incorporated some of this compost in around the roots. I've been replanting my house plants with this as well because it's that time of year. I'll be doing more containers. In fact, in our front garden yesterday we planted up a pencil cypress using this compost because I just know you're going to get those fantastic results.
Yes, you absolutely will, and you can use it on so many different things. This is Sean. If you watch us regularly, you'll see Sean Ryan here in the potting shed. This is him in his pub garden doing all his potting up, and he's used this for years as well. 100125 is the item number if you'd like to go for it. Delivered direct to your door, boxed in 2 50-litre bags with no postage attached. Just make sure you use the code YGTV1225. Please, that gets you your saving, that gets you your free postage as well. Right, we're back onto the favourites table. Is Scaredy-cat still in the lead? It is indeed, yeah. Most popular item on the live today. This is the Coleus canina. Now, a wonderful plant, lovely, sort of shrubby, low-growing, about 30 by 30 centimetres, but a great way of deterring the cats from coming into your garden.
Yeah, because it has an aroma to it. I find quite pleasant, actually.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
Cats don't like it, though.
But yeah, cats don't. Cats hate it. So, but it's not going to harm your cat. It's not going to damage your cat. It's just going to deter them. Great little plug plants here. Fantastic root system. Member of the mint family, but don't panic. This is not some silly invasive plant that's going to go all over the place and take over. As Beck said, it's going to stay in a nice little compact clump for you. Not very tall. It does have a little tiny blue flower on it, but don't kind of cancel your holidays to see the flower because it's that's not its main feature. What it really will do, it will just produce those sort of essential oil fragrances that will deter the cat. Yeah, so try it. We're going to try it in our front garden because we have a big problem with cat poo in our garden, and we don't want to put down pellets or gels or sprays, or we don't want sonic devices and all that old nonsense. Yeah, and actually some of my customers have got those, and I hear them. People say you're not meant to hear them, but I do.
You've got the ears of a cat.
And it drives me mad,
yeah,
because every time I move, you get this. Get rid of that thing.
400092 is the item number. You're going to get 12 of those plug plants, so lots of them, that you can spread around your garden. Pots and borders, absolutely fine. But it's a lovely foliage plant, so it's going to look great in your garden, just filling in those gaps. £12.74 for that one. We're moving on to the Samira, the trailing Verbena collection. Bright colours here, tumbling over the edges of pots.
These take me right back to when I was 16, 17, and I worked in my first garden centre, because we used to sell these right back then, and they were just as beautiful then as they are now. These are a stunning, stunning bedding plant for the summer. Nice low-growing habit, a gentle tumbling habit. Lovely heads, again, probably about 50p size, even a bit bigger, of these flat heads of beautiful, really strong coloured flowers, deep purples, lovely pinks, whites, reddish colours as well. All you've got to do is deadhead, water and feed, whether in the ground or whether in baskets or pots or troughs or whatever, and just sit back and enjoy months and months and months of stunning flowers above really lovely, feathery, ferny, kind of delicate foliage as well. These are great. These are great gap fillers also for hanging baskets. If you finish your hanging basket and you just want something that's just going to gently grow between the other plants but not overwhelm them, these are fantastic.
They are. 400088 is the item number. 12 plug plants. £12.74 is the discount club price. Free postage with your offer code as well. Fuchsia Julie Horton, another one of the most popular items today. Absolutely adore this one. Fuchsias are just a garden staple in summer, aren't they? I don't think there's a summer garden complete without a fuchsia in it. This one's a particularly outstanding variety.
Yeah, as I say, yeah, if this was a human being, it'd be Audrey Hepburn, because it's just got that elegance, it's got that cachet, it's got that kind of beauty to it. This is absolutely stonking. I mean, I love it. It's brilliant. It's going to cascade down gently. It's going to give you these great big flowers with those lovely sort of darker coloured sepals, and then you've got the central part of the plant there, the flower there, that's sort of those lovely sort of soft pinky colours, a shell pink, lovely healthy foliage, and look at the amount of buds. I mean, goodness me, there's like months worth of buds on there.
That's why I love fuchsias, because they do just carry on for you. Obviously, you've got to keep on top of like feeding and watering, and I mean, a little bit of deadheading helps, doesn't it? But you don't need to do too much.
They can do their own carry on for them. We can carry on fuchsiaing.
Carry on fuchsiaing.
And because they do. They just keep going all summer long. They like quite a nice sunny position. But I tell you what, as Beck said the other day, fuchsias don't mind a little bit more of a shady kind of position as well.
I think they prefer it.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to be in the hot baking sun.
Because they wilt a little bit, don't
they?
If they're south-facing, they do get a little bit stressed. So, if you want some hanging baskets for, say, an east-facing part of your garden where they get a little bit sun in the morning, or west-facing where they just get the evening sun, they're great for that as well. But whatever, you're going to get this result. You're going to get that look, and you're just going to have months and months of those elegant, really beautiful, beguiling pink flowers.
Indeed. 400997 is the item number for that one. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order. Always use the offer code for your savings and your free postage. The Argyranthemums, the Marguerites, the Grandaisy collection. New this season. Absolutely love this perennial plant.
Yeah, these are fantastic. I mean, goodness me, they've come a long way since...
Haven't they just?
Yeah, I mean, the colour range is spectacular. Those sort of concentric rings of colour in those plants as well. I mean, these are so beautiful, these colours, aren't they? Really deep, definite, punchy sort of colours. The foliage almost disappears under the flowers, and the foliage is really attractive on these. Again, very lovely ferny, sort of glaucous-y blue foliage. These are going to be loved by the pollinating insects, and they've got this natural kind of domed habit, which is nice as well. So they've got a nice uniform shape to them. You can grow them in pots, you can grow them in containers, you can grow them in the open ground, but just a couple of things these will ask of you. If you're going to grow me anywhere, put me in full sun, put me somewhere warm, and make sure I've got really, really good drainage. And you can deadhead as well if you want to.
Well, look, less than £2 saving you're getting on that one, but of course you're getting your free postage there as well. £11.04 is your club price here, and everything will come to you with free postage as long as you're using that code. 401580 is the item number for the Marguerites, but we're going to finish on this table with our Begonia apricot shades, which are, again, one of the most popular ones today. You're going to get 12 of the plug plants included in here, and that's less than £1 per plug. And if you then talk about that one plant, let's take one out, that one plant there, that will grow to about, 30 by 30 centimetres. It'll tumble and trail, it'll flower for you all summer long, right the way through till the first frost.
4 or 5 months.
And it doesn't matter the weather.
No.
I think less than £1 for that is well worth it.
It's phenomenal, because I can see a garden centre putting that in like a 9 centimetre pot and charging you kind of $3.99, $4.99 for a plant. And if you've never ever grown begonias, if you've never grown a hanging basket before...
Oh my word, I'm so jealous of people that have never grown them, because they're going to discover it. You know, when somebody discovers something for the first time and they realise how good it was. I remember growing, so it was Begonia Super Cascade I grew for the first time. It was the first begonia I grew, and oh my word, I was blown away by how cool they were. And
that's why you're here now, because you get hooked on gardening,
you do.
and you just want to go on that journey of discovery. Well, for me, it was freesias. I planted a big pack of freesias when I was 5 years of age, and they flowered and and did well, and that got me into gardening. But if you're brand new to gardening and you want to grow your first hanging baskets, try the apricot shades, because they are just so easy. They're guaranteed to give you that display, and whether it's a hot, dry summer, a cool, damp summer, whatever, they deadhead themselves. All you've got to do is water and feed without blooming fast. Even the leaves are attractive as well. They've got these asymmetric, sort of triangular shaped leaves that are red underneath, green on top. I could talk about them all day, but I can't.
Simon, are the Patio peach self-fertile? Yes, Simon, they are. We brought you back over to the Patio peach here. So we've got an amazing peach tree. Bare root, so it doesn't come with the pot, doesn't come with the compost. I mean,
Good root system.
It's a good root system under there, and I'm really impressed with how well spaced out and how multi-branched this is. And also, as you look along here, how many buds there are. I am so getting myself one of these, so I'd love for you to get them as well. But we can grow peaches in the UK.
We can, yeah. I mean, super stout stem on this. Most of these buds are going to be flowers as well, so the first thing you're going to get is those amazing pink blooms, those pink flowers. Then, of course, you're getting the foliage on this. It's got that really gorgeous, dark-coloured, coppery, purple foliage, which is fantastic. And if that wasn't enough, later in the summer, you're going to get those sumptuous, delicious, chin-dripping peaches that are going to be so delicious, all grown by yourself. And then, in the wintertime, it'll sit quietly and it will come back year after year. Plant it somewhere really sunny, well-drained, a south-facing position is ideal. Makes a great container plant. Brilliant. I mean, who thought fruit was ever boring? It's not, because this one just gives you so many different facets and points of interest.
It is not boring at all, is it?
Definitely not boring.
Neil says, great show and chat today. There's definitely stuff in my basket. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays, everyone. See you all Thursday. Thank you so much. We didn't quite get through everybody's emails, but I quickly want to touch on Jason, tomatoes. He's grown some tomatoes from seed. Which is better, outside or in pots? And when is the best time to go out? Now then, that's entirely up to you, to be perfectly honest with you. They don't want to go out until the frosts have gone, right?
No, definitely not.
And you can grow them
I would say personally, if you can grow your tomatoes under glass, that's better.
It's better, isn't it?
Because less chance of blight. Blight has been a bit of a problem with tomatoes outside.
But then I grew my tomatoes outside last year and did amazingly.
But you can get blight.
If you can do it indoors, it's better.
Yeah, but you can get more blight-tolerant varieties anyway.
Oh, very true. Very true. Very true.
But
well done, Jason, for growing those from seed. I think that is absolutely awesome. So well done to you. We will look forward to seeing your updates later on. I was just checking if there was any more questions. There aren't, but thank you for sending all of your pictures in. I will show Adam all of them when we come off air in a few. Well, less than a minute, I believe. So 300012 is the item number if you want to go for the Patio Peach Crimson. If you'd like to look at everything that we had on the live this week, then all you have to do is go to YouGarden.com, click on the Live Now button, or click on the YGTV logo. Scroll down, that's where you can catch up on shows, by the way, as well. But scroll down, you'll be able to see all of the items that have got the free postage on them for this week. We will be back on Thursday. Is it you?
Yes, I believe so.
Are you here on Thursday?
I am. Yeah, I'm doing a late one.
We're all here doing a late one.
A big day.
Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday for that little selection. I hope you're going to go and enjoy a bit of garden time, maybe this afternoon, maybe a roast dinner, maybe even a little glass of wine as well. Go on, you deserve it.
Crispy chicken skin.
I know, crispy chicken skin. Oh, it's my favourite. Thank you so much for your time today, Adam.
Thanks,
and all
Bex.
of your knowledge.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you all very soon. Lots of love. Mwah.